All right, what's going on? Welcome to another Raw Real Review bonus over the weekend edition. Because one of the biggest movies of the year, Spider-Man, has came out, and we reacted and reviewed the trailer. So, of course, we have to react and do the movie. So, hopefully, you guys have seen the movie. If not, the movie's all over the internet, so I don't want to hear anything about spoilers, none of that shit, because you can't go nowhere on the internet without nothing being spoiled. So hey, if you haven't seen the movie, get off of here, go watch the movie, watch them bootleg or something, but it's time to react and share our thoughts about Spider-Man No Way Home. First and foremost, come on in, my son Sims. How you doing, Miss Sim? How you feeling?
Doing good after that movie.
Yeah?
I saw it 2 days ago and I'm still just...
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of people got a lot of questions, but you know, I think it was solid. You know, I think I'll say my first thoughts. Like, while I was happy to see what we seen in the film, we were talking about this earlier. Just the fans, they ruined it, man.
Yes.
Like, they ruined it once again. Like, and it just sucks, man. Cause like I really felt like this. I mean, it was a great movie. Like, don't get me wrong, it was a great movie, but if I would have just seen this stuff, not knowing anything, man, I think it would have had like a huge impact.
The theater went crazy when Toby and Andrew showed up on screen, but I mean, we all knew it was coming.
Yeah.
Like, I was just like, oh, okay, that's cool. Instead of that, oh my god, you know? I don't know. And
that was the first time you seen like a Marvel movie, like with that, I guess, like landscape, like just with people celebrating and like screaming in the theater.
Yeah.
Like, how was that like for you?
That was cool. I mean, we didn't even have a sold out theater, and we still had we had a lot of people that were just like random, and I thought were drunk, but I mean, it was a fun theater because everybody was just into it. There were so many claps and screams throughout the movie for different scenes.
Yeah.
And the energy was definitely there. I think everybody was happy. Everybody got what they wanted from the movie. I'm one of those that I like to be surprised. I think it's just better, but you know, not everybody feels that way.
You know, honestly, I kind of have like a love-hate, you know, relationship with just the fans in the movie theaters and stuff like that. Cause like, I love being in a movie theater and like having that energy and whatnot, and like people like feeling good. But at the same time, I want to hear the goddamn movie.
Thank you.
Like, enough's enough. Like, goddamn, I really hate when people was like, oh yeah, I told him, right? Like, limit it to 2 or 3 words, okay?
Yes.
Like, while we're watching the movie, we do not need to hear a whole sentence or a paragraph. Like, shut the hell up. Like, there are no captions, first of all.
Right.
So we can't read what they saying, you know? So it's like, I got a hate and love relationship with fans like that. Like, you know, it's cool to clap and like just be like, oh yeah, but like, come on.
When they're talking.
Yeah, we're in the movie theater. Like, this ain't your theater. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. That's just one of the things that I had to address. But I mean, it was like, I think it's definitely one of the top Spider-Man movies for me. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I think we're gonna have to go back and rewatch this, and we probably are. But I definitely think it lived up to the hype. There was a lot of confusion for me after the movie. And like I said, me and you, we always watch, you know, our boy Awesome E, Emergency Awesome. We watch John Campion. We watch heavy spoilers. But I guarantee you, a lot of people do not watch these like breakdowns and stuff after the movie and stuff like that. So, I think leaving the theater, you're probably confused as hell. But I just think Marvel gotta do a better job at kind of answering stuff. I mean, they do. It's like you kind of have to interpret a lot of stuff, or kind of like put stuff together yourself versus them explaining it. Like, what do you think about that?
I don't disagree. I think I used to just kind of take what they put out as like, oh, okay, it is what it is. But now there's a lot of things where I'm like, well, wait a minute, what about this? Wait, that doesn't make sense. Wait a minute, what about this? So I don't know. I think a lot of these YouTubers do a great job of like breaking things down and answering some of those questions. But for the average fan, I don't know that they get those answers, or I don't even know that every question gets answered either. Because I had some questions for you, and you're like, oh yeah, I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I wish they would do a little bit more. Like the overall, I think plot in this movie and all of the scenes were great. I think there's just a few little details that they needed to. There's some plot issues, I guess. And just some like Oh, that's why they did that? Oh, alright.
Yeah.
Could have been a little stronger. But
Yeah.
I love the movie in general.
Yeah.
Overall.
Yeah, overall, I think it was definitely one of the best movies of the year. We watched another Jamie Foxx movie, Law Abiding Citizen. I know that didn't come out this year, but I mean, it was one like we watched a lot of good movies. Well, not a lot, but we watched a few good movies this year.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm just a fan of just movies in general. And it's with what's going on outside of the pandemic and all that stuff like that. It was really, I don't gonna lie, I was kind of scared, like with this new variant, like that this movie was gonna be pushed. And in some countries, in some countries it did get pushed, and I feel so bad. I feel so bad for those other countries, man. Like, I don't know. I will probably fly somewhere and go see it. Like, I'm making a trip out, cause like if I'm a super Spider-Man fan, there's no way. You seen when I was looking up stuff on YouTube, I was looking up the most random stuff, like new cat toys, and I see a Toby and Andrew and Tom just thumbnail, like like what the hell? I'm not even searching for this. And so it's like I really feel bad for my people that, one, haven't seen the movie yet, and two, the people that can't see it till like next month or something like that. Like, man, it's fuck. I mean, would you watch it on like bootleg? Like if
I watched Endgame on bootleg. I don't have a choice.
Yeah, I think I probably.
Want to? No.
I think if I lived in a country where it came out 2 months later, I would watch it on bootleg. I probably would.
If that's your only option, because I mean, even flying for a trip somewhere, like a lot of stuff's closed. You can't enjoy a lot of stuff,
you just can't put your life in jeopardy for a Spider-Man movie, So we had the fortunate time of actually watching all the movies.
Thank you for that, by the way.
Yeah, I tried. We watched all the Spider-Man movies going up into this movie. So out of all the Spider-Man movies, what's your favorite after watching them all?
Oh my god! I mean, I've always loved the Homecoming trilogy, but it's like I told you, I think it's because I never finished the Tobey trilogy, and I never even watched the Andrew movies. And my favorite, I think, just because it's an overall great movie for its time, and even like now, is Spider-Man 2 with Tobey.
Yeah.
I think this one was a close set. Well, I don't know, because I loved Into the Spider-Verse too.
Yeah, that was a good ass movie.
And then this one's I think my favorite of the Homecoming trilogy.
Yeah. It
was a great movie. It's just there's some plot issues, but I mean, you can't beat Into the Spider-Verse, and then that second Spider-Man with Tobey. I mean, the plot was good, the storytelling was good, the acting was good. Everything was good in that movie. Yeah. It didn't have the benefit of all of the, flashy scenes and all of that. I mean, this was a cool movie,
It was.
There were so many great effects. There was a lot of great fight scenes. There was a lot of great, the humor is always on point and all of that. I just think that a classic was Spider-Man 2. And it was just an overall good movie. Yeah. Like if No Way Home's a 9.5 for me, I think Spider-Man's like a 9.75 or 10. So that's how I feel. Which one's your favorite now?
I gotta say, Into Spider-Verse is my favorite. Just because I feel like it was something different.
Completely.
Like, I think that movie was ahead of its time. And it was just like, it was a cartoon, but I just love the graphics. Like, it looked really good. Like, the movie looked really good. It told us a completely new, different story. It's Miles Morales. It's not Peter Parker. Yeah. So it's like, I think it was like a sleeper Spider-Man. Like, 100%. Nobody expected that to be the best Spider-Man, and like, that. So for me, I gotta go with that one. Second, I would throw this as a second one, as the second best Spider-Man, just because like, you got all the Spider-Mans. You kind of can't beat that.
That was pretty cool.
You kind of can't beat, showing all the Spider-Mans continue. It's like a moment. Yeah. It's like a moment, seeing all the Spider-Mans back together. Even though it was ruined by the fans, it is a moment. But as far as like storytelling wise, Spider-Man 2, like that shit was really good. Like we literally sat down the whole time and watched the movie and was like glued in the whole time. Like it was good. It was really like great storytelling and all that.
Maybe even more disappointed that 3 was horrible.
Yeah.
But it's another conversation.
It's funny you didn't mention my boy Andrew as none of your favorites, Spideys. What's up with that?
I think he was a different generation. I think I loved him in No Way Home. I liked him as a side character. I loved him in No Way Home. He's just a different kind of character. I didn't like him in his movies. He was a good Spider-Man. He was a not so great Peter Parker to me. He was like, his interactions with Gwen Stacy, like, it was just kind of weird to me, and some of the faces he made was just awkward. He was kind of like a dick Peter Parker in a way.
Was, yeah.
But he was a really nice Spider-Man, like to the kid and even to Jamie Foxx in the movie. So I don't know. I had issues with him, but I liked him in No Way Home.
Yeah,
I really did.
It's funny because we were talking about this. We were saying like, he's a good side Spider-Man.
Yeah.
You know?
He's a great side character.
Because he wasn't, I mean, because like, with the whole Amazing Spider-Man series, I just didn't believe him. Yeah. You know, I just looked at him, I'm like, you're not Peter Parker, man. Mm-hmm. And then like, it was just so cheesy just with the Amazing Spider-Man. It's like how his Spidey sense worked and stuff like that. Like, we seen how Toby went through like some stuff to like really get a hold of his powers, but Andrew was just like, oh. You know, like
his was
it was like he got everything automatic, you know. But I will say in this movie he was great. I loved him in this movie. Like, I really did. He did like a great job as a side Spider-Man. You know what I'm saying? And it was so funny, like a lot of the jokes that they were saying in this movie too, like about
oh my god, the comedy was on point.
Yeah. We haven't talked about the villains yet, but one of the main lines that stuck out for the movie for me, and I was just like dying laughing, like when Electro told Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, he said, "You ain't even a shit no more."
Can we just talk about how amazing Jamie Foxx was in this movie?
Oh my god!
I'm so glad they gave him
rebrand.
Yes.
Shout out to the rebrand department because they really did a phenomenal job at rebranding this dude character.
He was horrible.
Oh my god!
Was it the 4? Whatever. Was it 4 or 5?
Amazing Spider-Man 2. Yeah.
2. Okay. Yeah. But he was horrible.
What was up with that?
Character was terrible.
He had those slick back, like. Why?
They just tried to make him too nerdy. Like, I get the nerdy thing, but damn, like nobody. No.
Why?
Yeah.
Like,
the acting was horrible. He was just like weird and awkward, and then the rock music with like super emo vibes in the background. I was not feeling those movies.
I feel like whoever casted Jamie Foxx for his role never watched Jamie Foxx.
No.
You know, like, and I was like, what the hell is going on? You know, but in this movie, I feel like he just like how Samuel Jackson is Sam Jackson in Far From Home. Like how he's his like signature character. They allowed Jamie Foxx to be Jamie Foxx in this movie, you know, and it was great. It was so great.
He was that new Jamie.
Yeah, he was like turn up, you know. He was like, you know, it was more like, it was great. Like, they did a really great job with Jamie Foxx's character this go around. So
God.
That was one of the biggest things I appreciated this movie, like, cause like you said, he was whack. Like the way they fired, like, I'm glad they got fired because they obviously didn't watch none of the film on Jamie Foxx or anybody, honestly, to get them to really utilize their characters the best.
No, not at all. Who was your favorite
villain? I gotta go with Green Goblin, man.
Why?
Cause when I seen him on what was it, the first Spider-Man, right? He was just a menace. He was terrible. Like, he did really great. Like, he did a absolute phenomenal role. Like, I always like you can rewatch that first Spider-Man, like,
classic,
over and over, just because of the role like William Dafoe played, like him battling himself, you know, and just to see him bringing that back like 20 years later, like, that was like, oh my god, like. It was. I ain't gonna lie. It might have been even better than what he did the first time. You know, just because the way that he played him, like, it was kind of like a continuation of it.
Yes, him and Alfred Molina, who plays Doc Ock, it literally felt like they came out of their movies and just hopped into this one and started acting.
Yes.
There was not a 20-year gap between either a 20 and 17 year or whatever it was.
Oh.
Didn't even feel like it. They just killed their roles. They were amazing in this movie.
Yeah. I just like, they did like. With this Spider-Man, I'm not gonna lie, I did want to see some more dramatic stuff happen.
You always do.
You know, I like the reason why I can't say it's better than Spider-Verse is because, like, it didn't really I mean, I wasn't shocked. You know, like, really? Nothing in the movie kind of shocked me.
Would you have been shocked if you hadn't like been spoiled by the Andrew and Toby? I
would have been shocked to see it. Well, maybe. I don't know. I mean, I just don't know how they could have made a trailer without the villains and without the, like, Andrew and Toby stuff, you know? Like, seeing what we saw.
True.
So, I don't know. But
John said Electro, he agrees with you. Best upgrade.
Yeah, shout out to John. What's good on, John? the Electro upgrade was amazing. Like they did a great job with him. But yeah, man, not Doc Ock, but
Green Goblin.
Green Goblin was definitely my favorite villain. And I thought it was like, this was a beauty in cinema, because I just thought it was very like, for all these actors to come on board and really finish the trilogy, like that's, you gotta commend like the casting director, Marvel, all of them, because like any one of them could have said, nah, I'm out, and it kind of would have ruined like the whole thing. Like any one of the villains could have been like, nah, I'm past that.
Dumb idea.
Yeah, like, you know, my career, I'm doing this, you know. Any one of them could have said no, and it would have like made it look, you know. So it would have made it look like, you know, just kind of like thrown off, like weird. But the fact that they all came back and like decided to like reprise their characters, because even like the lizard, I wasn't sure if that was the actual character.
Until he changed
but then by the end, I was like, oh shit, it was.
That's
you know.
cool.
And even the Sandman, I wasn't sure if it was his, you know,
character.
But it was, and like it was really a beautiful thing to see, like just all of them talking and having conversations. Like it was like that's I think Mercy Awesome said that's probably one of the best parts of the movie. Just
it is
just the villains and everybody having conversation. And it's like, you know, the action and all that stuff is cool and all, you know, the fights and stuff. But just the random like conversations. The random conversations were like some of the best parts of the film.
Oh yeah.
Like Electro, I remember the scene he was asking like, "You play with Legos?" Like, you know, it's just like random stuff that they was talking about, and it just worked. You know, it all worked together. They did a really great job with that.
It didn't feel awkward. I was a little worried. I'm like, it's a lot of different generations, a lot of different types of characters. And I'm like, you can't always make that work in a film. It didn't even. It felt like they were all friends. It really did.
Yeah, it really did. It felt like they were all cool. Like they were all just on the same, you know, just like Pat. Like it seemed like if they're gonna do a Sinister Six movie, like definitely bring all these guys back and let them do their thing. You know,
be like 80 by then.
Oh my God, just if y'all do Sinister Six, use all the people we already got, because I would love to see another movie or just them. You know, just doing whatever it is that they're doing. You know, that was great. So for the movie, yeah, like I said, I wasn't really shocked. I wasn't really surprised. You know, and spoiler alert again for people who haven't watched it, but Aunt May died. Man, what do you think about that? No, you go first. Go ahead.
I was gonna say it was interesting that they did obviously they can't do an Uncle Ben in this one. I didn't know that they would have her die though. Yeah. It was sad. It was sad that it had to be at the hands of Green Goblin, but I mean it pays off later in the movie. You understand why, but damn, I don't know how I felt about her kind of guilt tripping.
To help. Yeah,
Tom Holland into helping the villains. I think it's a good thing. Like I love his intention. It's just I don't know. Would it have made much of a difference in their universes? You know? Yeah,
I love the whole mental health aspect. Like she really wanted to get them off their feet and help them and stuff like that. But Aunt May, do you know what this is?
Right? This isn't just your average everyday people.
Yeah. This is the fucking Green Goblin. Like, you might not have known what this man has done in his universe, but, you know, he's not he wasn't thrown off, you know. Like, he knew exactly what he was doing. Like,
you think so the entire time?
He knew exactly what he was doing. Like...
Or his ego, like, alter ego knew what he was doing.
Like, I think the whole plan, like, I feel like Green Goblin had a plan from the moment he showed up.
Like, realize what was going on.
Yeah, like even when he was in Peter's house, like, oh, help me, we seen it. He was stealing and stuff, you know. So this man was scheming the whole movie. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't care. He wasn't trying to get cured. You know what I'm saying? He was like, he didn't even care that this was a whole different Peter Parker. He's like, you know, I'm still gonna take you. You know,
that's true. Yeah.
He didn't even care that this is a different Spider-Man. He's like, oh, all right, I'm gonna kill your Aunt May too. You know, this man was a savage, man. He really was a savage. And just to see him like play the role after 20 years and made it even better in a way.
I heard somewhere he said, "I'll be in the film and I'm on board if I get to be a major like player. I'm the main villain." And he understood the role and he killed it.
Yeah, he really did his thing. So I want to talk about the whole Doctor Strange like aspect of the movie, because he really wasn't in the movie that much.
A lot less than I thought he would be at the beginning to do the spell and at the end to kind of try to fix it.
Yeah, how do you feel? So now that you've seen the trailers and stuff like that, And we was talking about it on the trailer stream. Like, how do you feel about Doctor Spell? I mean, I said Doctor Spell. Doctor Strange. how do you feel about Doctor Strange doing a spell to forget that Peter Parker is certain people?
I think Doctor Strange had a lot of empathy for him because he knew, like, you know, that sucks. Like, it really did suck. They did a decent job at showing, like, how much of an impact it really had in his life. He wasn't going to get into MIT. His friends weren't going to get into MIT just because they were associated with him.
Yeah.
I think I didn't like how they made him so dumb in order to, like, advance the plot. Like, you know, even at the end where he's like, really, you didn't even call the admissions department first? And it's like, who wouldn't do that? Like, I know that you're Spider-Man. I know you're a kid, but come on now. At least try calling somewhere first.
Yeah.
And having a conversation. But, I mean, it worked for the plot. You had to do something like that to, you know, Strange, I think, just cares. They've been through, you know, Endgame and all of that together. He's had a lot of loss. He lost Iron Man. You know, he lost people. And so I think he just had empathy for him. And I liked that aspect of it. Marvel definitely misled us with making Strange seem like he was off or something was wrong with him.
Yeah.
He was fine the whole time.
Yeah,
I loved it. I have a greater appreciation for Benedict. I've loved him in all of the Avengers movies.
Yeah,
I need to go back and rewatch Doctor Strange, the first Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
But I have a new appreciation for him. He came off really well with the kids in this movie, and he's a phenomenal actor. And even with the end credit, like, I can't wait to see Doctor Strange 2. Whew. But that's skipping ahead a little bit.
Yeah. I think after seeing what we saw as far as Doctor Strange doing what he did, I would say it's justified. I would say it was justified. But to me, honestly, I would have kind of wanted to see, like, I mean, because, like, for me, if Doctor Strange knows, like, you know the consequences, right? If the spell messes up, right? Mm-hmm. So I would have liked to seen Doctor Strange, like, kind of battle with doing this kind of spell, knowing, like, something like this could happen if, like, something went wrong, you know?
That is true. I wish they would have talked it out a little bit more. Like, you couldn't have said before he started the damn spell, like, you know, everybody except Aunt May, MJ, Ned, like, list them out first so he can get the damn spell right. Because if he gets the damn spell right, I mean, obviously there's no movie.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it seems like a simple solution that they just kind of skipped over. Yeah. I don't know, that's why I had an issue with the plot line, like, just him having to be so dumb to get to there, but...
Yeah. I mean, I just would have wished that it wasn't... It kind of seemed like a simple thing that could have, like you said, he could have called the admissions, you know? And then he ended up getting in because, he saved, like, the girl on the bridge,
director,
you know? Mm-hmm. So it was like, he didn't even need to do that, you know?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, and I would say it's out of convenience, but the villains, I assume, appeared on that same bridge because they were looking for Peter Parker. I assume. So he could have been anywhere and they would have come after him, right? It wasn't just like a super coincidence. Yeah,
I think it was because, like, the spell happened and wherever he was at, the villains showed up and popped up or whatever. Right. I wish we could have got more clarification. And maybe we got to rewatch the movie to find out. But, like, because they were saying, I really didn't like the plot where they said everybody that knew Spider-Man or everybody that knew Peter Parker was Spider-Man or something. They're the ones that got pulled into the universe. I really wish, you know, if that's the case, like, they kind of should have brought everybody, you know, because, like, well, I guess the Venom came, you know, but, like, that's kind of confusing, right? Because Tom Hardy was there on the post credits, right? And we had to do our own research to find out, like, why he was actually there. Yeah. Because even I was confused. I was like, Tom Hardy never met, you know, Peter Parker or Spider-Man. So, like, why did he come to the MCU? Mm-hmm. You know, but we found out later that, you know, with the symbiotes, they all have, like, a post hive
of knowledge,
multiverse connection or whatever. So they all, you know, so that made sense. But it's like, how do you expect for us to remember that shit? You know?
Yeah. It was a quick,
Like, honestly, they could have left Tom Hardy out, you know?
Really?
Like, honestly, like, why do you bring him into the MCU to take him right back out? And he didn't even meet anybody.
Just in case. You can have a variant Tom Hardy later. I mean, with the whole multiverse, they can explain anything now. Yeah. You literally brought back Spider-Man's from 20 years ago, and it worked. Like, they can, I'm sure after the success of this movie, they can explain anything. Anybody coming into, they could explain. I hope they don't, but I hope they can explain Topher Grace if they ever wanted to bring him back in there. Like I said, I hope they don't. But
yeah, I also seen somebody say that it's kind of like it's a weird plot line. It's a weird because what's his name? Electro. They're saying he didn't even know Spider-Man was Peter Parker.
In his movie?
Yeah. And technically he didn't. Well, I don't know.
I don't remember.
So in the Amazing Spider-Man 2, Electro, he wanted to kill Spider-Man because, you know, he felt like Spider-Man took his shine and he lied to him and stuff like that. But at no point in the movie did Electro know that he was Peter Parker, you know?
That's true.
Unless Harry, remember the Harry at the end?
Yeah.
Harry could have told Electro that Peter Parker's Spider-Man, you know? But at the same time, Electro still don't know who the hell Peter Parker is, you know?
Why would he care?
Yeah.
That is true.
So that was I seen something on the internet saying something like that, and I was like, yeah, like.
How would he know how to look for him in another universe like that?
Cause like the Lizard knew Peter Parker was Spider-Man because his camera said property of Peter Parker. Remember in the sewer when they were fighting? So that makes sense why the Lizard, you know, and even Sandman knew Peter Parker was Spider-Man because he was like, you killed my uncle, you know, and like so it's like all that made sense, but Electro never knew Peter Parker was Spider-Man, so
interesting.
I don't know how, you know, I don't know. Maybe we gotta watch the movie and see like what Tom actually said to bring all these villains into the universe. But like that even made me think too, like why were none of the Harrys in the universe?
I mean, I think if they could have, they would. I think I asked you that, like, why would not bring in James Franco with all of his controversy? I don't think you can. And then the other Harry was awful. I wouldn't have even wanted to see him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I understand the whole James Franco lawsuit he can't come, but they could have at least brought they could have brought that Harry into the Amazing Spider-Man. They could have brought him because he knew that. But I think the issue would have been we got 2 Green Goblins, you know?
Yeah, and that would have been weird.
So, but I don't know. I thought it was weird that they kind of picked and choose, like, you know, who showed up and who didn't.
Are you a little sad they didn't bring in Rhino?
No.
Oh my God, that was so horrible.
They could have scrapped Rhino in Amazing Spider-Man 2 before he even showed up.
They should have.
Like, they should have. That was horrible. That was horrible. We got any chats?
Yeah, John said he loved the movie, 10 out of 10, and he asked, how about Wong becoming the new Sorcerer Supreme? That was interesting.
Yeah.
That was very interesting. Would you have wanted to see a scene where Benedict gets snapped and then comes right back, and like how he adjusted, kind of like what they did in Hawkeye?
Yeah, I would have loved to see something like that. But we kind of we seen him come back.
Okay.
We seen him in Avengers Endgame, you know, when everybody was portaling through.
Right.
So like I guess that was our first like viewing of seeing him come back. But I would like you said, I would like to see a scene where he's like adjusting, you know,
trying
just
to figure it out, like what the hell happened to me.
And I think we're gonna get that in Multiverse of Madness. I think we're definitely gonna get him just taking a breath, like, oh man, like fuck, I got all this stuff going on. I still think about, you know, what's her name, Christine?
Yeah, Christine.
His girl. You know, I think we're definitely gonna get that in a Doctor Strange. I hope we get it.
Yeah, it should.
Because that trailer that we seen was like, oh shit.
What do you think about Wong being the Sorcerer Supreme now?
I think it's interesting. I mean, Wong has had the knowledge, and Wong has been there before Doctor Strange. So, I kind of wonder how all of this is gonna play into his movie. But I think it was interesting. But he said he got it off a technicality.
Oh, because he was gone.
Because he was gone. So, yeah, I'm interested to see how the dynamic is gonna be moving forward.
It looked like they were cool. There didn't look like any hostility in the movie, so I don't think it'll be anything like that. But what do you think are going to be the ramifications? Because obviously the end trailer, or more so than end credit, for Multiverse of Madness kind of implied that they're coming down on Doctor Strange because of the spell that he did.
Yeah.
But how do you think that dynamic's going to play out between him and Wong?
I think we might end up getting a fight between Wong and Doctor Strange or something because, like, I don't know. I think we're probably Wong to be like a really powerful like sorcerer in the universe because he was even in Shang-Chi. When you know, so like Wong's been popping up in like different stuff. So yeah. I think Marvel's trying to tell us something about Wong, but it's just a lot of stuff going on with the whole Doctor Strange. But we can get into that. I don't want Spider-Man to get sidelined in his own stream like Hawkeye does on his. But
right.
But I really love seeing all 3 of them together. It was a great thing to see. But for me, like I just would have hate that it didn't get ruined.
Yeah.
You know, I think it was also cool to see Ned like do magic and stuff like that.
Yes, a lot of people were happy. A lot of Filipino people were happy with the scene with his Lola.
Yeah.
I that whole scene. I mean, it's good to add in culture like that. I mean, Ned, you know, he's Filipino this entire time, and it was really cool to pay tribute to that. That must have been such a proud moment for him, like his family watching the movie. And,
Yeah.
that was hilarious.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool. The whole inclination of the family and stuff like that. That was really cool. I kind of honestly liked what Ned and MJ did this movie. I feel like they were like, you know, they don't have power, so they're always gonna be like the side characters, stuff like that. But I think for me, I kind of wanted to see more.
Like, the two of them.
I feel like the Toby and Andrew thing, that was like the big thing that we were all happy and like we took away from it. But I would have loved to see like a real big jump with MJ and Ned, because they've been in 3 movies.
Yeah.
You know, so I would have liked to see like MJ be a more prominent, you know, person, and you know, either one of the friends, you know, because like right now they're kind of in the same place, and it's like even if they make a Spider-Man 4, like MJ and Ned exist, right? They just don't know who he. Yeah, that's what I'll say. Like, will they even be? You know?
No, they'll probably be in it. I don't know that they'll be necessarily so much of a main character anymore. They don't have to be now.
Yeah. So I'm really wondering where they're gonna go as far as like MJ and Ned, because it's kind of hard to like, cause like so at the end they did the spell where everybody in the world forgets that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. Well, no, they forget who Peter Parker is, right? The
identity. I think they go back to right before that, but there's problems with that too. We can talk about that.
Yeah, it's like they need to do a better job at explaining. Like, so do people just forget? Like,
what happened?
Is it like a Men in Black thing where you just, you know, the
right?
world? Yeah.
Did you splashy thing me?
Yeah.
Does all the video get erased too? Does it literally like you go back and like all of J. Jonah Jameson's broadcasts of him saying like Peter Parker is Spider-Man? Does that all get erased? Does Magneto come back? Magneto. Is that his name?
Magneto?
Is it Magneto?
Mysterio,
thank you. I'm like, it's not Magneto.
X-Men.
Yes. Does Mysterio come back? And, you know, now, did everybody forget that he died? Like, there was a little bit of plot lines that kind of, like, stood out to me. Like, how do you explain that part? But,
I mean,
maybe in the next one.
And I wish when they cast the second spell that everybody forgot, you know, about the Peter Parker. They should have showed us a scene where, like, certain stuff, like they should have showed us, like, MJ's mind, right? And like just memories getting wiped or something, you know, or like they should have showed us the J. Jonah Jameson scene and that just getting wiped, you know, like so we know like.
Well, it had to be pretty far back too, because I mean everybody I think forgets their relationship to Peter Parker because the Avengers now don't know who he is. It's like he never fought in Endgame, so it goes pretty far back. Yeah, Happy doesn't even recognize him, you know, so yeah. I mean, it makes sense. Like, I get that. But like I said, what do you do with Mysterio? Yeah,
what do you do with the video that said that Peter Parker's, you know,
what, like, not exist anymore?
Yeah, like, does it just disappear, you know? Like, they could have handled that a lot better, I think. You know, I would have rather seen Peter just go to a whole different universe, because...
Tom Holland?
Huh?
Tom Holland go to...
Yeah, I would have rather seen him just go to a different... Because it's called No Way Home, you know? I mean, he's still home, but... Nobody just remembers him, you know? Yeah. And it sucks for Peter Parker right now, Tom Holland, because, like, no Aunt May, you know, Happy don't remember. Like, it kind of sucks for my guy, man. He's really all alone.
For him at the end, moving into another apartment, like, but he chose not to tell MJ and Ned who they were. I mean, I get that he's probably trying to protect them, but, man, that's a lonely, lonely little life. Yeah. I
mean, it's just interesting, like... I don't know, man. I think they're gonna definitely fix it by the time the next Spider-Man and stuff roll around. But it's like, how do you forget, like you said, the footage and all this stuff? Like, does Vulture? I mean, I'm assuming Vulture doesn't know what Spider-Man is now. You know?
Yeah. Like why would it? Does Venom?
Yeah. You know, like, because it said everybody wipe the memory. You know?
Because technically, Venom and them came into the MCU for a second.
Yeah. And he knew that, you know, he, like, so it's like, I don't know. I feel like they could have explained that a lot better.
I mean, at least it buys him some time to figure that part out, you know?
Yeah.
I'm sure they're going to see all of us talking about these questions, and they're going to we got you.
Noted.
We got answers for you.
Noted. Next movie, we'll answer that, you know, what you asked on Twitter.
Shifty said he's watching it right now, and he'll be back when it's over.
Oh, shit. Tell us your thoughts and come through. Shifty after you get done watching it.
John said that had to be the luckiest grandma ever to get 2 previous Spider-Man in her kitchen. The way they came in through the portals and stuff too was so cool.
Yeah, that was
Like,
cool. Like even like we were talking about the villains talk was great. The Spider-Man talks. Oh my god, that was great. That was.
I didn't
great.
know how that was gonna play out, but damn.
Me neither. Like that synergy looked like it was just peanut butter and jelly. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't like weird or awkward. Like it wasn't like one Spider-Man trying to be better than
They're all very humble.
Yeah.
I think that's why I like the character of
It
Spider-Man
was a
so
great synergy between all 3 Spider-Man. Like just goofy, just like
the jokes.
asking about the web shooters and stuff like that. That was pretty cool. Like it was like one of those like
As fans that have seen like all of the movies, like it was all the same things we said, because I was like, oh, this guy remember when we watched the Andrew ones, I was like, his don't come, like his webs don't sling out of his hands, like he has to make it. That sucks, you know. And they're like joking about it in the movie, so where else does it come out of, anywhere else? So it was good. It was like they joked at the same things we all joked about all these years. And the way that they were with each other on screen was just great.
Yeah. And like we were saying, it seemed like definitely a part 2 to all the movies that we've seen before. So it kind of seemed like, for Tobey, it kind of seemed like a Spider-Man 4 a little bit. For Andrew, it kind of seemed like a Spider-Man 3, right? And of course for Tom, it was his Spider-Man 3. Right. Like it felt like a continuation of like all the Spider-Man movies, which I think was a great job for the director to do. Like to tell Tom Holland's Spider-Man story and to continue the other Spider-Man story, like man, like the thought behind all this was just like
good idea.
Literally one piece could have not like went and it would have like destroyed the whole movie, So it's like I gotta like give them like a round of applause for like just even getting all these people together and it just working so smoothly. Yeah, people fucking ruined it and stuff before we even seen the movie, but like to execute it like really good is a whole like completely different thing.
They did their thing on that. They executed it to the fullest and did a great job with it. So, Man. John said, y'all see that Hawkeye scenery at the end when he was swinging and past the big Christmas tree? Oh, in New York. Yeah, it was decorated all like Christmas.
I thought we seen a Rogers the Musical ad inside the movie.
Really?
I think we did.
Damn,
I really think we did. I want to say I seen one, but they really pushing this shit, so this got to be a real thing.
It does. We gotta go.
This got to be a real thing, man.
First Broadway play we should see.
It gotta be a real thing because I've seen this thing too many times without seeing it yet.
There's no way it's not.
Yeah, so definitely got to be a thing. But overall, like for me, the movie it was great. It was great. It didn't feel like it was that long. Like
a 2.5 hour movie did not feel like 2.5 hours.
It definitely didn't feel like it was that long. But it was a really great movie. I honestly kind of want them to bring in Miles, but I understand why. But it's like I feel like if we were gonna see that moment with like, if we knew that Tobey and Andrew were gonna be in this movie, I feel like they could have thrown us a curveball and like threw Miles in there.
Might as well have.
Like just something, like just a little, like give us some kind of surprise. Like it sucks because they tried to surprise us with this whole Tobey and Andrew, but it's like everybody knew this for the last year, So like I would have hoped that they would have thrown in another. I mean, I guess they threw the Daredevil in, which was cool. I thought that was pretty cool. And it's kind of crazy, like how we getting Daredevil showing up in Spider-Man, and we also got the Kingpin showing up in Hawkeye, like simultaneously at the same time. Like that's pretty
smart.
That's pretty cool. I don't know if they planned it that way, but I think that's pretty cool. But like I said, I think it was.
I was gonna ask you to go back because I know you said Jamie Foxx didn't realize who Peter Parker was, like being Spider-Man. In the movie, didn't they have a conversation, him and Andrew? And Jamie Foxx was like, "Man, I thought you'd be black." And that's what I remember because I'm like, "Oh my god, they can bring in Miles now because he,
Yeah, that was funny.
Now I'm like, "Oh, okay, that came to me right now."
That was funny. He did like Jamie Foxx with his lines was killing us. He was like swinging around the neighborhood, saving people in the hood. I thought you was black. Right? That was funny. Like a lot of the one-liners were so funny in this movie, man. Like it was golden. It was golden.
I wonder if he helped write some of the jokes. It would make sense.
He had to, cause like they used him perfectly this movie, perfectly. Like I don't know what the hell was going on in Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Horrible. I'm surprised he even agreed to do the acting.
He probably was mad. He was probably like, why? Why?
John said, we even seen the place where Clint and Kate get trapped in the ice skating rink.
Oh, that was oh really?
And I remember seeing him swinging around, and it was like decorated in tree, like the huge tree and stuff. I have to go back and watch. We definitely have to go back and watch.
Threw in a Hawkeye reference. Something's being cross promoted.
There you go.
But the reason why, and now this is kind of where I rant, guys. I mean, apparently John is catching stuff that we didn't see. But the reason why I won't give this movie a 10 out of 10, I'll give it a 9 out of 10, is because, unfortunately, you know, all these movies are a part of the MCU. And, you know, for this whole year, I've been asking, like, Marvel to, like, tell us where we at. You know, like, I don't even think the whole time during Spider-Man they said what year we was in. Or, like, we know it's after Endgame. Like, we know that. That's a given.
Didn't Homecoming happen right after Tony died? Right after Endgame?
No, Far From Home happened right after Tony died. So this is
a direct continuation from Far From Home.
Yeah.
I know that. That's as much as I know as far as where we're at in timeline.
Yeah, but I just wish that Marvel would have, like, I mean, I understand it's a Sony movie, I get it, but I don't care. Like Doctor Strange was in this, like all the MCU elements was in it. I just wish we could have got a reference as far as like where the hell we are. You know, like I keep bringing up Eternals, like with Timmett or whatever the hell his name is, sticking outside the Earth. Like, is this ever gonna be referenced in the movie going forward?
Probably not.
Like until Eternals 2 in 2025. Like, there's literally a big ass celestial sticking outside the, like, you know? Is this ever gonna get addressed? That's my question.
Probably not.
Like, I don't know. I just feel like this whole year, now that we've seen all the Marvel stuff this year, I feel like the whole year we've been bringing in problems or just new threats, and we haven't answered any of the previous threats. Like, nothing's a continuation of anything.
Not yet.
Like everything, like each show and each movie has had its own threat.
It really has.
And nothing like tied. So far, nothing is tied into anything.
I wonder if it's because everybody's dealing with their own shit, like in their own dimensions, in their own like ground versus Earth. Earth versus like space versus I don't know. Maybe it'll tie in together, like multiverse of madness, and then for Eternals you might get your answer there. But I don't know. I don't know that they'll ever like even throw in a reference to it.
Because honestly, all this stuff to me is seeming like the Loki stuff isn't happening.
I don't think they know it's happening yet.
I just don't think it's happening.
Or it's happening in a different dimension?
Because the only way that people got into this universe with the Spider-Man Doctor Strange spell, right, is because Doctor Strange brought in different people from the multiverse. Like, nobody was just showing up based on what Loki did, you know? So now I'm wondering, like, are we only going to see the ramifications of what happened on Loki in Loki season 2? Or is it going to actually show with the movies? Like, you know?
I think it probably will in Multiverse of Madness, because they didn't even know a multiverse existed.
Yeah.
Until this movie, where he was like, oh shit, what did I do?
Yeah, and Doctor Strange was saying, like, we know little about the multiverse, you know? So he don't even know that much. So it's like, I'm wondering, like, when are we going to see the effects of any of the stuff that we seen? Like, thank God in the trailer we seen Doctor Strange talk to Wanda, and he's like, or she's like, I'm sorry about what happened in Westview. Thank you!
Yeah.
That's what I've been asking for this whole year.
Just acknowledgement that it even happened.
Yes! That's what I've been asking for this whole year. Just somebody reference what happened in the other show, or just, that's the only thing I've been asking for. And it looks like we're finally getting it next year, but it's like, I don't know. Like, even the Captain America,
the shield was at least on Statue of Liberty, so you know it happened after Winter Soldier. Yeah,
so I'm trying to understand, is this Falcon shield that was like, you know, like, are we representing Falcon, or like, you know, are we representing Steve Rogers? You know, like, who was that for? You know,
that is true. Because when did Falcon and Winter Soldier take place?
Sometime after Endgame. You know, it's the easy answer to say.
Yeah, I mean, it's because, Far From Home and those took place right after Endgame, not too much longer after. But it's like, when does Captain America and Winter Soldier fall into that?
Yeah. And it sucks because, like, we are avid, like, watchers of, like, all the stuff that Marvel's putting out. And we lost as hell. So just imagine if somebody's just turned on Disney Plus and just want to try to catch up.
Yeah.
They're not going to know what's going on, when, and where, like, like, just, there's no, like, what is it, continuity? Like, going on. I just don't see it. Like, within, like, from show to show, there's no, like...
Nothing to
like,
tie in.
Yeah, like, yeah, we know these characters all exist in the Marvel universe, but it's like... Nothing is bouncing off of each other, or, like, there's no cause and effect. I haven't seen so far.
John said they definitely know. Doctor Strange definitely knows, like, about the multiverse. He said the multiverse is now what we live in. At the end of the end credit, I think.
Oh, shit.
So, but what does that mean? Like, everything exists at the same time? So, like, Kang is out there, Adisham, they're all in the same time?
I just think Marvel made it a lot. I mean, even if Eternals was supposed to come out, like, when it was supposed to come out, we still not getting any reference to, like, because, like, I understand nobody knows about Eternals still.
Right.
But they did some fucking world catastrophic, like, some shit that was, like, the world knows. Like, it wasn't something small that happened in one city. Like, this was a big-ass thing about to explode out the earth.
Yeah.
So, like, nobody can't say nothing about that.
Oh, we were saying there could do little things, like J.J. Jameson could have talked about it.
Yes.
If it happened.
Say Spider-Man is to blame for, man coming out of the earth, But it's just like...
That was a joke, yeah.
Like, I just feel like a lot of stuff, it's just flying under the radar. And, like, if that's the case, I would like to see a human organization or somebody that's like, look, they've done this. Like, I would really like if there was, like... I would really like to see Val, like, bring up all these facts, like...
We could have her do that.
Yeah, like, they destroyed this and this. I would like to see Val reference all these shows and talk about all the damage that's been caused, and to justify our point. That would be, honestly, something great.
Right.
Like, I would want her to reference this last Spider-Man movie. Like, destroyed the fucking Captain America tower, opening up portals to the, like, I want to see, like, this stuff have ramifications, all the stuff that's going on.
That would have been cool, too, to have, like, Joe Jameson at the end of the movie, like, we just put up the Captain America in honor of Falcon, or, show his picture, and Spider-Man destroyed that, too, you know? That would have been cool, so at least okay, at this point in the MCU, or at this point when this movie's taking place, Falcon is the new, Captain America. Or if it's Steve, then, put Steve, but... Yeah. I think it would... Little things like that, I think, can help, like, pinpoint you where you are in the story, or in the MCU.
Also, I thought where they missed the mark this movie, honestly, and that's why I gotta give it a 9. I can't give it a 10. J. Jonah Jameson, man, like, they could have, like, we could have seen him better. We could have seen him better. We've seen him before,
But
like,
that was a different Joe Jonah Jameson.
I just think he wasn't really, like, useful at all in this one. He was just the face that was saying something, Yeah. I would have liked to seen us dive more into Joe Jonah. I know we probably didn't have time for that, but, like, why is he even in this universe?
Yeah, they kind of missed the mark on that. I'm surprised nobody's really brought that part up, but yeah.
Yeah, like, where did he come from all of a sudden, hating Spider-Man,
Yeah, because he's not the same one from Tobey Maguire's. Yeah. Does he just exist in this one too, and he's just a more mellow version of his variant?
Yeah, like...
maybe he's just a variant.
Yeah, like, they didn't explain that at all. Like, why is the same J. Jonah Jameson from Tom... Yeah. There you go. Toby's Spider-Man. Why is he in this universe?
He just always has been.
Like, they did a horrible job with that. Like,
I don't think it was an issue until you bring everybody over like this.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah. Like, I was thinking they were gonna explain it, but they didn't even explain it. And I guess maybe we're gonna see him again in these next Spider-Man movies. But it's just like, why is he here? Or like, it's like.
Yeah, that was a tough one for them. I don't think they thought that one all the way through. Like I said, I don't know that when they started doing this trilogy, they were like, okay, we're gonna cross over everybody in the end. Maybe, but if they didn't, then they couldn't have foreseen the issue with Joe Jonah.
Yeah.
Joe Jonah Jameson.
Yeah.
Being the issue that it is now.
And I think they also missed the mark with. I would have loved to see a scene with Joe Jonah Jameson. I'm just calling him Jameson. I would have loved to seen a scene with Jameson and all the Spider-Man, and him losing his shit.
Oh,
like seeing 3 Spider-Man, you know, because he hates one Spider-Man all the time.
He wouldn't have recognized the other 2, but he would have been like, what the hell?
Yeah, I would have loved to seen a scene of him losing his shit. Like, there's 3 Spider-Man? You know, like, what the... You know, I would have, like... They missed the mark at not, like... I mean, because we seen... Because, I don't... It's just weird. Because we even seen Tom Holland... I think we... Was a FaceTime call with him? Like, they were, like, on Instagram Live together or something?
Oh, he called into his, like, podcast.
Yeah. You know, so we're establishing that he already knows him. So I just would have, like... How? How does he know him? How does Tom Holland know this Jonah Jameson? You know?
Well, he's like, Spider-Man in his own MCU.
But like we seen like with at least Toby's, right?
The history of why they know each other.
Why they know each other. He's working for him. He's taking, you know?
Well, that's Peter Parker, not Spider-Man.
What?
Peter Parker is working for him, taking pictures of Spider-Man. Joe Jonah Jameson never knew that was him taking pictures of himself.
Yeah, but I'm saying in this in the Tobey Maguire universe, we knew why they knew each other.
Right.
But in the Tom Holland, I guess knows and he's aware of this Jameson, right?
Yeah, as Peter Parker?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He doesn't take pictures for him. They're saying he could do that maybe in the next one's coming up, like for money. But yeah, he doesn't know him like that. I mean, I assume they're playing off of he's media. He has to portray, like follow Spider-Man, biggest story. And so he's just doing it for views and all that. Bless you.
Thank you.
So I guess that makes sense.
And honestly, if this guy, and even if they decide to use this Jameson in the future, why would Tom want to work for a guy that just outed him to the world as a murderer?
That guy don't remember doing that. And you need money.
But it's like, out of all the people in the world, you want to work for a dude that, even before all the shit, he didn't care about Peter Parker or Spider-Man. He was like, he was the one that revealed to the world. Peter Parker is Spider-Man, you know? Yeah. So you want to go back and work for this dude in the future? Like, they got to really fix
Maybe
that.
Not. I don't know. Maybe they won't go that route. Maybe they'll do something different.
Yeah, they got to, because it just didn't make sense to me.
Yeah. John said that's his variant. There's got to be some kind of difference between the two Joe Jonah Jamesons.
It's got to be.
It has to be, because otherwise it's just, like you said, a wasted character, and I don't know, we were all used to the old one. He also said, how was the black suit made? I'm still wondering about that. Is it the regular suit turned inside out?
Yeah, they like kind of brushed over that too, because the black suit looked clean as hell.
It did. It looked badass.
But it looked like it was an accident.
Yeah, is it just like Stark Tech that he had in his closet?
Like, it looked like to me there was slime on it or something, and he couldn't get it off.
Venom.
So it turned like black. They didn't explain that well either, because he literally put it on once and then it's like, all right, I'm done with this suit.
And at the end of the movie, did he like make his own like retro throwback version of his own spider suit? Like no Stark Tech, no nothing?
Yeah.
Is that what that was supposed to be? Because you have the sewing machine and the material. Yeah. So he's just going to be regular Spider-Man with no like Avengers level stuff that he's used to?
I think so.
That's going to be interesting. It's kind of cool that they're going to go back to like the originals in that way. But I don't know, we're so used to Tom being Tom. But maybe Sony, I don't know, maybe Sony's learned from all the other ones and they're going to make it cool. I don't know.
Yeah, I think moving forward, they definitely want to ground him at a lower level. Because I think one of the big complaints was, and I didn't have this complaint, but it was something I noticed. Like, this Tom Holland Spider-Man has had more help than anybody in the world. Mm-hmm. Like, in all of his trilogies. Even in the third movie, he had held his hand. Like, everybody's helped this man. So, I think it's really cool that they're going to go back. Well, hopefully they're going to go back and he's going to be like, I mean, nobody knows who he is, so he can't get any resources. So, I think that's going to be pretty cool. But yeah, I definitely think they missed the mark on the Jameson character. Because he was really good in the first Spider-Man and even in the second Spider-Man.
Oh, he was hilarious.
You know, like he could have provided more, and I just would have loved for him and Peter to get a scene. Mm-hmm. You know, and I understand like the movie is moving but I loved seeing them in the original Spider-Mans, like just them going back and forth. You know.
What if they would have brought old Joe Jonah Jameson back, and he sees his own self, and he's like, "What the hell?" You know what I mean? And freaks out. Or even the new one, the one that comes into this universe, that's the old like the one that yelled and like always had high blood pressure. He could be the one like yelling. Like he could have done his own version of William Dafoe's, performance. That would have been cool.
Yeah, I wanted to see Toby and him like have a conversation. You know, Toby. I want to see Toby because like Toby technically should be the only person that actually knows him. You know.
Toby, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So like I would have liked to see something from that. Like I would have liked to see him show. Like I feel like they missed the mark on that. Like to have two of these people in this movie and they don't even have a scene together. Mm-hmm. Like they could have had Jameson on the scene at the last fight and he's like looking at all three Spider-Man like what the
hell?
Like really look, like just I think that would have been a great scene. Mm-hmm. You know, but I just feel like they missed the mark on the whole Jameson thing all around.
They really did.
Like he literally could have been just a random guy, not Jameson, in this movie. You know?
Yeah.
Because his role was just useless.
He was just another dude.
Like he could have been a regular dude, at the Bugle saying all this stuff. Yeah. I just think they missed the mark on that.
They really did. J Pimp commented, Green Goblin.
Classic, man. Man, my guy William Dafoe, man, like I'm not gonna lie, I've seen him. He was an Aquaman too, William Dafoe, but he was like Aquaman's uncle or some shit like that.
I don't remember.
He was like a good dude, But like anytime I see this man in like a superhero movie, I'm like, man, he the Green Goblin.
Yeah.
He's the Green Goblin, and man, he showed us why he was a Green Goblin.
He owns that role.
Yeah, he really did. And just to see him and Tom Holland going at it, that was a sight to see. Cause,
what do you think about that whole scene?
Man, he was giving Tom Holland the work. Like I've never seen somebody give Tom Holland the work just one-on-one. This man didn't even have his whole costume on.
Right.
And he was just working the hell out this man. I was like, God damn. This man was definitely going in. And I ain't gonna lie, man, I almost teared up. There was a scene where I almost teared up because I thought this man took Toby out.
I thought so too.
I was like, don't do this. Mm-hmm. I was like, no.
Toby fans.
Oh, I was like, do it to Andrew. I was like, why? I was like, oh. Yeah. But when we found out he was alright, I was like, oh.
Right?
I was like, oh my God. I was like, no, he didn't just kill Toby. Like, I was like, no. Like, I
want somebody to die at the end of
Not Toby. Anybody but Toby.
Oh my
God.
Man,
that was like, my heart did. I was like, no. But I think he did really well. And I just liked, I think I said on the reaction for the trailer, I finally got the moment that I wanted to see with Tom Holland. Like, I really wanted to see Tom Holland go through some shit.
Ooh.
I really did. And I feel like this movie, he definitely went through some shit.
A little.
Like, they kind of made him, like, dumb, as far as, like, not even, that whole thing, but I felt Tom Holland.
He went through a lot of shit between the guilt of not getting, his friends not getting into MIT to trying to fix that, to the guilt of like, kind of messing up the universe stuff with the spell and bringing Doctor Strange into that, and the guilt of, do I send these villains back or do I try to save them? Holy shit, my decision killed Aunt May.
Yeah.
And then, oh my God, okay, these other Spider-Mans are cool. This one just got stabbed because of me and I'm fighting him because he killed my aunt. Like, that's a lot of emotions that man went through. You could see it on his face in that fight at the end.
Yeah.
You really can. It's crazy.
This man was finna destroy the Green Goblin, and Toby was like, bro, chill out. Like, and it wouldn't be Green Goblin if he didn't try to still take his ass out. He like that shit was
always scheming.
Yeah, he is, man. And like that shit, I was just like, man, that was a powerful scene. So I'm really glad that I finally got to see my guy Tom Holland go through some shit, because that's what I wanted. And that in the scene where he punching the hell out of Green Goblin and he took that glider and he's about to I was like, I thought he was gonna take his ass out. I'm like, oh my God.
Die again.
I was like, man, he finna take this fool out.
I wonder what the ramifications of that would have been. If he dies in this universe, does it mess up his old universe? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's interesting. That could have been a whole other plot point that they do in the next few movies, but
Yeah.
John said he was doing WWE moves.
Who?
I assume either Green Goblin or Tom.
He probably talking about Green Goblin in that scene when, cause were they in the hospital? No, that was Happy's apartment when everything just went loose.
Yeah, Happy's apartment.
Okay, yeah, and Green Goblin they was going through buildings. They was fucking.
That was a cool scene though.
They was fighting. I was like, God damn. The only regret I do have is that I kind of want to see his mask again.
Green Goblin?
Yeah.
He destroyed it.
Like,
right?
he destroyed it at the beginning of the movie, you know, and like even at the end, he didn't get another mask. He was just like, you know, I like it, but I feel like the mask is iconic, you know, like
It was.
I wish he would have got like a redesigned mask, or just like, you know, I feel like he didn't have to destroy it. He could have just threw it away or something, you know.
Yeah, and then it followed him.
Yeah, like I just would have liked to see him. I'm in his full like suit, but that's just
what
a
we're
little.
used to.
That's just a little complaint though, nothing too big. I honestly thought Ned was gonna be a villain. Or
Really?
I thought Ned was gonna go down a dark path or something like that. And I honestly think if they continue to use MJ and Ned, I think we can see something like that.
You think so?
But I don't know.
Like
Ned kind of put in a joke. I don't even think does he remember using magic?
I don't know. Probably not, because he doesn't remember any of that. But it would be interesting. Do you think they're gonna go down the route of Harry? Like Ned's all of a sudden probably gonna be spending all this time with MJ, and they're gonna fall for each other, possibly. And you know, Tom's gonna feel a certain way about that.
I think that is an interesting way they could go. Like, I mean, honestly, low key, I thought they was dating. Like at the end of the movie when he showed up.
It looked like it for a second. I was like,
I thought they was. I was like, damn, my boy Tom. Oh my god.
Add on to that trauma.
But honestly, I would like to see something like that. Like if they continue to use these characters, I want to see them develop in like just a different way.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're gonna try to involve like a Gwen Stacy in Tom Holland's universe. You know.
Could be. Right?
You know, cause I just think if they continue to use MJ and Ned, they gotta do something different. Yeah. You know, I think they definitely gotta do something different.
So, Peter Parker, or obviously Tom Holland, can't go to MIT. Like they just forgot he existed, and his grades disappeared too. Like, why isn't he going to school with them?
I don't know. That's a great question.
No, maybe they'll address that in the next one. But I mean, you would think, right?
Yeah.
He just got wiped from the entire universe, like he never existed, type of thing, or
like birth certificate blank.
Yeah.
Like, how does that work?
Well, it's gonna be interesting to see how they do that going forward. John said the Green Goblin did the pile driver.
Yeah, that was a good scene, man. They was fighting. I loved it. It really looked like Green Goblin. Like, I don't know. This man was strong as hell.
Right.
To be beating Spider-Man ass like that, because this is Spider-Man we talking about. You know what I'm saying? I don't even think Vulture beat him up like, you know, like I think this was Tom Holland's toughest fight yet.
Yeah.
Like this man have been in space fighting aliens and stuff like that, but Green Goblin looked like he was gonna go ham on this fool. I ain't gonna lie.
He didn't even have the super soldier serum either. He just had the, you know, super sniffing serum or whatever he inhaled.
Whatever the Oscorp stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And John said he probably gave it up to become a full-time Spider-Man. Oh, MIT.
Oh, okay.
Damn.
I mean, that sucks. I'm really wondering, for Spider-Man 4, are they gonna introduce a Harry Osborn?
I hope not. Maybe. Oh, isn't Ned technically? I mean, because they kind of did the joke too, like, oh yeah, my best friend, you know, he went to the dark side or whatever he
tried
said.
to kill me.
Tried to kill me, but Ned's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Could that be foreshadowing?
I think it could be.
Do you think Ned's gonna be an interesting, like, he's not gonna be Harry, obviously.
I mean, that's what I was kind of saying, like, with this movie. I wanted to see a different side of Ned. Like, Ned is, like, funny and
goofy.
You know, but I wanted to see, like, a different side, like a mad, you know, like a, you know, like, so, I hope in this next movie that him and MJ are actually dating and, like, you know, I just want to see something different. Like, because I love all them together, like, but it's like, storytelling wise, I want to see something different. I want to see, like, it evolve. Because I definitely think Peter's going to be stalking them.
Yeah.
He's going to be stalking them wherever they go. Because those are his friends. You know what I'm saying?
Toby did with, what's her name? MJ.
Yeah, like, those are his friends. So, like, we know he's going to be around. So I'm really curious to see where they're going forward with it. And we also know from the post-credit that Venom left some of the symbiote in the MCU universe. So I wonder how long that's going to take to get over to Spider-Man.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Because they're probably going to do it like the way they did with Toby. And I don't know, do you think they'll have a separate Venom? Or do you think they'll have the symbiote take over Tom for part of the movie? Or most of the movie?
So from our sources and what we heard, they're going to be doing a Spider-Man 4 and another Venom before, I guess, Tom and
Crossing over.
Tom meet. So I guess there's still more storytelling to be told. Well, for Venom, I was like, for another Venom movie, like, I don't know, what is there more to tell, like, with another Venom movie, like, without him connecting to Spider-Man, you know? I would think Venom 3 is like, you know, has something to do with Spider-Man, you know?
Well, Venom's an anti-hero, right? Like, he's doing good things, just, you know, he eats the bad guys.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they could just do another villain. You think him and Morbius can cross over? I don't
Yeah, I'm really
that.
curious to see Morbius. Like, what the hell does Morbius have to do with any of this stuff, you know? Like, I'm really curious to see about that. And also, like, they didn't really talk about it much, but I was really curious to see those figures at the end when everybody was trying to come inside of the universe.
Yeah.
Like, there were a lot of figures and, like, you know, stuff that was trying to come through. Like,
yeah, I was trying to figure out who they were. Somebody said one looked like the Watcher.
Yeah.
And I was like, do you think they could bring him in? Like, that'd be kind of cool.
I thought we was gonna see somebody that we like.
Yeah.
had no idea. Like, I thought at that point somebody was gonna come through, or some people was gonna come through, and we're gonna be like, oh shit, you know. And but we didn't get that. But
were you disappointed that nobody came through?
yes.
Yeah.
Very.
Right.
I'm not very, but it was just like,
We were expecting it.
you know, like somebody bring somebody.
I mean, technically, I think they brought a lot of somebodies. Now that we're saying that.
Yeah,
All the
yeah,
villains and everybody in the portals and whatever. But I thought from that scene, a lot more was gonna happen from it.
Yeah.
It was gonna be a lot worse. I thought the whole scene with them, like obviously it makes a good end scene. I thought it was gonna be part of the middle of the movie though, when like the rest of the villains maybe came back out, because all of these, the reality's cracking, and that's fine, but then it just kind of goes back together. Like, there wasn't much coming from.
Nobody came through.
I thought it was just going to be a bigger deal with those pieces, like, cracking open of reality and people possibly coming through.
Yeah, I thought the universe and all his box breaking, I thought that was going to be some shit. Like, oh shit, like, now. Yeah, so, I mean, I was kind of underwhelmed by that, but it's not over.
Yeah.
Apparently something did happen, and that's what's going to happen in Doctor Strange. Multiverse of Madness. So
yeah, John said Thanos didn't even give Tom Holland the hands like this. Like,
he really didn't. He really didn't.
Yeah.
But Thanos wasn't trying to really kill nobody. Thanos was just like, I just want these stones. Y'all fuck off. That was Thanos. Like, he didn't have a vendetta against the Avengers. He literally was just like, look, I'm collecting these stones, and wherever he was, it was Avengers there. He's like, all right, we gotta fight.
Getting in my way.
Yeah, yeah, you know. Like, I love Thanos as a villain because, like, Thanos didn't have a personal vendetta against nobody.
No.
This man literally was just like, I'm going to collect these stones.
I have a goal.
And yeah. I'm going to collect these stones and snap half the universe. That's all I want. And all the Avengers like, no, you can't do that. No. He's just like.
And then I'm going to garden.
Okay. Yeah.
That's all I'm going to do. I'm going to retire.
This man had a goal and like succeeded with just, oh my God. Like, people, like, if anybody's like, wants to have a roadmap, design a roadmap, and like successfully do it, look at Thanos. Because this man beat Avengers to get his like point across, you know, and they had to go back in time and do all this other shit, and that's how we here where he is now. But overall, like I said, the movie, I think it was really good. Definitely one of the best movies of the year. It's just a lot. It's just confused. Like, some of the plot holes are kind of confusing. Just like with the Electro thing I was saying. And it sucks because, like, I think I was only expecting more because, like, the fans, like, revealed that. Because honestly, I think if I didn't know that Toby and Andrew were in this movie, that would have been it for me. I'd have been like, man, this is great, you know?
Yeah.
But unfortunately, since we knew they were going to be in the movie, I kind of wanted, like, a twist. I wanted something,
Give
like...
me a real twist.
Yes, I wanted something like, oh, like, shocking. And to me, nothing in this movie was shocking.
Yeah.
Like,
nobody came through the portals, or not the portals, but like the reality cracking. I mean, yeah, it was cool to see these old characters and they were badass, but we saw all of them in the trailer, and people ruined Tom and Andrew. So
yeah. And for me, even the post credits was kind of like, because like I'm glad we seen the Doctor Strange like trailer first look, but it's like, you know, like that was a commercial. You know, it wasn't an extra scene like to set up something else. It was literally a trailer. To the next movie, you know?
Yeah.
And I wish you could have got the Venom scene was cool. Yeah,
that was a Sony plug.
Yeah, that was definitely a Sony plug. Like, I would have liked to see I mean, maybe they don't know where we're going with Tom Holland.
They probably don't.
Yeah, so I can't get mad at them for not giving us a what's gonna be next. I mean, they kind of did with the symbiote, I guess.
They left it open.
Yeah, they left it open. But I think the next Spider-Man movie is the sequel to Spider-Verse. I'm really wondering if that gonna connect as well, cause I remember Intro to Spider-Verse, all that stuff happened because what was his name? Kingpin. He built like a machine, or he was funding some machine to get his family back or something from like a different universe or something.
It could be. I mean, now that they're introducing him, Echo's gonna have her own spinoff. You know, it very well could be.
Yeah. And Intro to Spider-Verse, or Into the Spider-Verse, was the only Spider-Man movie where they actually killed off Spider-Man. And that shit, when I seen that shit, I was like, oh, you know, like, so I still gotta have that as my number one Spider-Man, because I can rewatch that shit all the time. Like, that Into the Spider-Verse is really good.
It was good. It's entertaining. Really, it was fun.
Yeah.
John said everyone forgetting Peter Parker was shocking, and Aunt May's death too. Those were two shocking ones.
Yeah, those were two shocking, but like for me, for them to try to really make, like, I don't know, it wasn't stupid, but it was just like, why does she want to say these villains so bad? You know, like for her to make the point across to really save these villains, like, it was kind of like, I don't know, it kind of seemed out of character, like for her to really be pushing it.
You think if Homegirl knew that her husband, Uncle Ben, died by one of these villains in another universe, she would have been like,
hell yeah, she was like, fuck this dude.
Yep, get him.
She's like, now get him out of here. And it's sad because the same dude that she was trying to help was the one that ended up killing her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one that she was trying to help the most.
Yeah.
Felt bad for.
This man ended up taking her, you know, so it's like, it sucks to see Aunt May go out that way.
I kind of feel like her death was really, like, slow and not as dramatic. What if she would have died by Goblin's, like, glider? Like
spear. They should have did that, honestly.
I mean, you think it would have been too much because that's how he died?
I don't know. I kind of feel like they were trying to, like, PG the movie down a lot, honestly.
Okay.
Because, like, even when fucking Tom was punching the hell out of Green Goblin at the end, there was no blood. Like, there wasn't. I mean, like, it's Spider-Man. It's kind of a kid's. You know,
is there blood in the Avengers like that?
I mean, you see like blood, like,
yeah, but not like gushing
not like
out.
Like, yeah. But I'm saying when he was beating the hell out of Green Goblin, he didn't have any like blood residue.
My Aunt May didn't have it either. Like, she didn't really. He touched her side and she was bleeding, but it wasn't like gory.
Yeah. But I'm saying with when he was beating up Green Goblin at the end, even like after he was punching him, his face looked like he wasn't punched. You know. Like, there was no scuff marks. There was no, like...
Green Goblin may have had plastic surgery.
He had to have something. He had to have, what is it? Vibranium skin or something. Because they just... Because even Tom's face was, like, beat up and bruised, you know?
It was, yeah.
So, it was just weird for me that, like, when he was beating the hell out of him on that ground, like, my man was just like, oh, shit. I'm good. You know?
You
like,
busted my lip.
Yeah. Like, he didn't even do that. Yeah. So, it's just... I don't know. I get it though. It's like you kind of got to teeter-totter with Spider-Man because he's for the kids.
Yeah.
You know.
John, I did ask, what do y'all think about the spider sense in this movie when he senses Green Goblin turning evil again?
I thought that was kind of cool.
It's a heightened sense, that's for sure.
I thought that was kind of cool. I just think the whole Spidey sense thing is kind of weird. It's kind of hard to explain it because like if we even seen when Doctor Strange like pushed Tom out of his body, right? But even when he was grabbing the box, like his spider sense was still like going on,
he's
right?
Like, how are you doing that?
Yeah, but when he's fighting like a Green Goblin, Spidey sense gone, you know? So it's like, it's kind of weird how it works.
I wonder if it's more when you're distracted, because that was Toby's issue. Remember, he lost his, what did they call it? Like losing your spider sense, but he said they like pulling their punches or whatever they called that. Like when he just wasn't able to like stick to the wall anymore or fly. Maybe it's something to do with that, where he's just not as like focused. Yeah. You know, it could be.
But the Spidey sense thing has always been a weird thing for me because it's like, okay, when it's a guy in high school trying to beat you up, you can dodge every single thing.
Flash.
Yeah, but when it's like a villain, like, you know, like certain punches, you know?
Yeah.
Like, is it because they're super fast and they got super strength or something, you know? Like, why doesn't your Spidey sense work as well then when you're getting rocked?
I wonder if it's like human based. Like spiders have been with humans, but spiders necessarily haven't been with aliens or people that have been inoculated with whatever, like green goblins, whatever stuff. It could be that.
Yeah, because
Like
even with like Doc Ock, like if his Spidey sense was like really what it is, like none of those tentacles will touch him. You know?
Yeah. He had to control it with like Bluetooth.
Yeah.
That was pretty good though.
That was funny. That was pretty funny. And it was cool to see. We haven't even talked about Doc Ock this whole time.
He was badass.
I think Alfred Molina did a really great job.
Yeah. Another one that seems like he just came off the last movie and was just like, all right, next one.
Did a really great job. And he wasn't really the villain. You know, he was really more on the good side. And I wonder how Spider-Man fans feel about that, because like Dr. Ock is one of like Spider-Man's like so it's Green Goblin, and I'll argue probably his second like most villain that he's always fighting is Doc Ock.
In the comics?
Yeah.
He wasn't even that bad in Spider-Man 2.
He wasn't.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah, he's like a nice dude. So I'm wondering I wonder how like real Spider-Man fans feel about like him not really being a villain, because like in the comics like they always fighting. Like they always going against each other. Like even in Into the Spider-Verse, remember it was like a female Dr. Ock, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
So it's like he or Dr. Octopus pops up and they always fighting. So it's like I wonder how real Spider-Man fans feel, you know, seeing that they're kind of friends.
I don't know. That's a good point.
You know.
Yeah, because I haven't read the comics, so for me, like all of this is new.
Yeah.
I like him as his own character, like the way he is, but doesn't mean everybody else does. John said you were right about the LGBTQ thing. They even had another black LGBTQ person.
They did.
Who?
So I know exactly what scene John is talking about. So there was this one scene where it was like a black. I don't know what. I'm gonna just refer to them as they, because I don't know what he is, or look, they. I don't know what they is, but it was the scene where like somebody was like, "Go Spider-Man!" You know, it was like really like extra. It was like a dude with dreads, I think.
Oh.
You know,
that was a really small scene, but yeah. Now that you're pointing it out.
But I mean, see, John, you see what I'm seeing. But I mean, it's cool. I mean, representation is cool. But it's just like when you go back and watch like Spider-Man 2, right? Yeah. You don't see no small like sprinkle of like something, you know? You just see a straight movie for the movie that's being told versus like, hey, throw this in there, you know?
That's
you know?
true.
But I mean, I like representation, but I like representation in the right way. You want to hear what representation in the right way, I think? It's like with Echo. Like, if you're going to represent, like,
give her a full story.
Yeah, give it a full story. Don't just... I don't know if people are trying to be hip or just want to... I don't know. I just think a lot of stuff is extra. Like, and people are like, hey, throw this in there.
When it's sprinkled in,
yeah. Yeah, somewhere in your story, just put this in there. You know, I just feel like it's weird.
I wonder if, like, the newer generation is just, like, doesn't even faze them. Like, it's just, like, normal. And that's fine. That's good. I think we're just the older generation. Yeah. That's all it is. Yeah. John said they didn't have Bluetooth back in the day in Spider-Man 2.
They didn't. They really didn't. They really didn't. They probably was using Walkmans. Still.
Right. He said all Aunt Mays are super nice, too. Ain't that the damn truth?
Yeah. I gotta go with the OG Aunt May. For me, I gotta be with the original Spider-Mans.
Toby's?
Yeah.
She was super wise.
She was wise. Well beyond her years, man. Well beyond her years.
She was. Sally Field, I feel like, was super, like... Andrew was rude to her. He was ready to leave to London and be like, fuck Aunt May. Yeah. Aunt May who?
Work them 3 shifts. Yeah. You got it?
Shoot, yeah. I'm like, I'm gonna let her work at the diner and then be a nurse, and then you're just like, nah, I'm gonna go to London.
I'm going to London. That's why I say Andrew, man. This dude, man, he was just all over the place. Yeah. That is crazy. But, I mean, like I said, it wasn't a bad movie. I just feel like a lot of plot holes. I mean, like, that, like, for me, that doesn't ruin the movie, though. No. Overall, it doesn't ruin the movie. Like we said, we're going to probably watch it again. Oh, yeah. You know, but just for me, as far as my Spider-Man rankings goes, I got to go with Into the Spider-Verse. I would say this is the number 2 for me. Just because, like I said, it's got everything. Yeah. It's got everything, you know, you could ask for in the Spider-Man movie. You know, it's got everything. But it's story-wise, I just don't think it competes with Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, they're amazing for different reasons.
Yeah. So, what are your rankings? Like your final Spider-Man rankings now?
Into the Spider-Verse. Still Spider-Man 2 for me because overall it was just a good, movie in so many different ways. And then this one was definitely a very close number 3, if not tied for number 2. I'd probably tie him for number 2 because, like you said, this, like, it had everything every Spider-Man fan loves. Like, all the Spider-Mans were in it, all the villains were in it, the acting was good, the action sequences were good. Everything was good about the movie as far as, like, what Spider-Man fans want to see. Yeah, there was plot holes. Yeah, there was, questions we had or whatever. It doesn't mean they can't answer them later.
Yeah.
But
they always do, usually.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think it was tied for my number 2.
That's the one thing Marvel does do well, though. Like, we're sitting here giving them, like, constructive criticism and stuff like that. But they actually look at it and say, all right, let's put it in the next movie.
Yeah.
Like, and I think that's fucking amazing.
That's why we built the fan base that they have.
Like, I guarantee you 90% of those jokes that everybody was saying in the movie were from the fans.
Probably.
And, like, us making fun of, like, everything Spider-Man. And I feel like they literally looked and seen all the stuff, was like, oh yeah, that is actually funny. Let's use it. And that's brilliant.
Yeah.
That is so brilliant. So I gotta give them kudos to like adapting. Like, Marvel is the type of, brand and company, well, the MCU. Like, even if a movie does bad, like, they don't tell the fans to shut up and, like, just whatever. They really don't brush past things.
No.
So if there's like a big issue within a movie, they try to correct it in like a movie down the line,
They knew the Mandarin was a garbage villain, and a garbage way to lead the Iron Man series or the Iron Man trilogy, but then they brought him back in Shang-Chi and everybody loved him, so yeah, they're not dumb. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, shout out to Marvel from the MCU, man. But moving forward in the future, what we got, Doctor Strange, of course. Doctor Strange,
Black Panther. Thor, and
look,
John did say that this has to be number 1 for him. Really good ending for most of the characters and all the chemistry between them. He's not wrong.
Good shit, John. Good shit, man. I mean, I like it. I like the movie. It's just Mobius. Is it Mobius?
Morbius.
Oh yeah, Morbius.
Mobius is on a jet ski.
Oh yeah. That. Is he? Right. That man got pruned, didn't he?
He did.
But I guess Morbius. I'm sorry.
That's
Morbius.
gonna be the first one coming out, like, in January.
Yeah, Morbius is the first movie to come out. And honestly, I'm trying to really figure out what the hell is going on with Black Panther, man.
What do you mean? Oh, I know.
Like, it's been a lot of stuff going on, man. Like, what is going on with Black Panther?
I heard, what's his name's coming back? Killmonger.
Yeah, I've been seeing, like, I've been seeing Shuri getting fired.
Yeah.
I've been seeing stuff coming out saying Chadwick would have wanted somebody to recast him. I've been seeing reports of Killmonger coming back. Honestly, I don't know, man. Honestly, what I'm hoping for Black Panther, we just get a completely new fucking story. Let's just get a new story, and make a great new story.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of stuff going on. Killmonger is great, yeah, but it's just like, for me, with what we've been shown with Killmonger, especially in the what ifs, like, this dude is gonna always stay the same.
Right.
So, like, why even bring him back for a second one? Like, just, I feel like that moment him and Chadwick had was like something we should always cherish,
Yeah.
We shouldn't try to like let's leave Killmonger out of this. Like, let's do something new. Because I just feel like it's not right that we see Killmonger again without Chadwick,
Could he be could they use him in the plot line, like trying to take Chadwick's position as Black Panther? Now that he's gone, like,
but he died, though, in the Black Panther movie.
Killmonger did?
Yeah.
Variant?
Yeah, multiverse version. Yeah.
Time got reset and he's back.
Yeah.
He also doesn't know who Peter Parker is.
Yeah, new Killmonger fell out of the portal.
Yeah.
It just fell. Oh, I'm here now. That could happen. That could.
It'll be interesting to see how they're gonna adapt to that, because that is gonna be an issue.
It's a lot of stuff going on. But honestly, I'm looking forward to seeing the Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness and Thor.
Yeah.
Those are 2 movies I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to seeing the Black Panther too, but it's
just to know. Like,
I don't know what the hell is going on. Like,
hopefully they can bring it back, because man, Chad, like, that would have been an amazing trilogy.
I'm glad we're finally able to give Spider-Man some rest. Like, I just want to say, Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire, man, I'm praying that y'all can finally sleep well tonight. because I know these dudes had to go through a year of, are you a Spider-Man? Are you a Spider-Man? You're a Spider-Man, right? You know, and like they probably had to just lie, say whatever the hell they had to say to get out of it, you know. And it's like, us as fans, we gotta chill out, man. Like, even if I've seen Toby and Andrew on the street, I wouldn't even ask him. You know, like, why would I want that ruined for me?
Yeah.
Like, what if he said, yeah, I'm in it? Then you're like, wait, what? You are? Fuck! You know? Like, yeah, that's something that you want to see. Like, I mean, I just really would have appreciated this movie so much more if we didn't know the stuff that we knew.
If it was a genuine element of surprise.
Yeah, like, great movie. Like I said, great movie, but like us as fans, we gotta chill out sometimes.
I agree. John said he doesn't think he'll watch Morbius, and they should do it a little like the What If, I guess, for Black Panther.
I mean, they could, but I'm hearing Shuri got fired because she don't want to get the vaccine. I'm hearing that what's his name? I forgot the guy he was fighting.
Killmonger?
No, the other guy that wanted his spot at the beginning. Obaku. I think it was Obaku or something.
I can't think of his name, but yeah.
I like, is he gonna come back? Like, it's just so much going on with Black Panther right now. R.I.P. Chadwick, man. Didn't we lose Chadwick this year? It was this
2020.
year, right? It was 2020?
It was 2020. I think it was like middle of 2020. It's been a minute.
Oh, fuck, man. It's hard to feel like we lost him because we still heard him in we heard him in the What Ifs and stuff like
August
that.
2020. Oh yeah, that's probably why.
Oh.
Yeah, August 2020.
I wish my guy, man. But hey, we gotta go. We gotta move on with a new story. You know. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the Black Panther, the Thor, the Multiverse of Madness, and I think the Captain Marvel something was supposed to come out.
Said Captain Marvel's on there. I don't know if it's.
Yeah, I can wait for that. You know, it's like
it'll probably be late.
Yeah, it'll be late with her. You know, so we definitely got a whole new year of movies to look forward to.
What do you think before we go? What do you think about Wanda in that post-credit trailer?
I feel like they misleading us.
You think so?
A lot. You know, I definitely think Wanda. I mean, we've been hearing theories about Wanda's gonna end up being a big bad and whatnot. So I definitely think they're misleading us because Doctor Strange in the trailer, he went to her for help.
Right.
You know, so I don't know. I definitely think there's a big misdirect going on. So I really want to see what that's really about. I also like. So we got an Agatha show coming, right?
Yeah.
I know that was announced, but I'm really trying to see how is all that stuff gonna work.
What do you mean?
Like, who's gonna be in an Agatha show? Like, last time we seen Homegirl was fucking. She was trapped and she had to be like one person because like Wanda locked her into like one personality or something, right?
Oh yeah. I wonder if it'll be like a. Not a
like
prequel.
a prequel.
Is it a prequel? That's how you'd say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like telling us the story of Agatha and all that stuff.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. Like how she. I mean, you kind of got a little bit of backstory.
Yeah. She was just an amazing character. They was just like, look, we don't even know what the show's gonna be about, but we need you back. That's pretty much what I think.
Everybody loved you. We'll figure it out.
I definitely think that's what's going on. Because, I mean, with Wanda doing all this stuff and being super duper powerful, you think Agatha shows up in the movie?
Multiverse of Madness?
Yeah.
I don't think she can. I mean, if Wanda really did put that spell on her to keep her that way, I mean, why would she take her out of it?
Does Doctor Strange or Wong like free her for some help or something?
Maybe she like unleashes her to help her. I'll give you your powers back if you help me.
Yeah, I mean the way they like portraying it, like Wanda's really like psycho about these kids, and she's like, it's crazy. Like it's saying she's willing to do anything it takes to get these kids back.
Doctor Strange was willing to do anything for Christine. And we might be able to see some in Doctor Strange like that we saw in What If in Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah,
you know?
I'm not gonna lie. The best thing out of that trailer when we seen at the end was seeing the dark Doctor Strange.
Right.
I was like, oh, like just seeing that image of a real life. I was like, I mean, cause he was terrifying in the What Ifs.
It was a very impactful What If episode.
He was like that What If episode. We like, oh shit, you know. Like that What If episode was actually really good. Like, and to see that we might actually see that on the big screen, like
that was pretty cool.
Whew, you know, that movie's gonna be like really, really good.
It is. John said the trailer was insane. Definitely seen that in 3D. I think he's talking about Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah, we seen Spider-Man in 3D. To me, it honestly didn't feel like it was 3D. Did it feel 3D to you?
Not really.
Yeah.
I mean, no, not really.
Short answer, no.
Yeah, like it would have been cool to see like the Green Goblins and stuff flying right by your head or stuff like that.
I think they tricking us, man.
Yeah, they're like, hey, that's 3D. No, we
like,
just blurred the regular movie and you have to watch it with glasses.
Cause I'm not gonna lie, like I'm old as hell. I remember seeing Spy Kids 3D, right? In Spy Kids 3D, I seen rocks and shit coming at me in the screen and stuff like that. I seen like water, like I seen like just, you know, like this shit wasn't no 3D, man.
Yeah, dude.
Like cut the cap. Y'all gotta cut the cap with these 3D movies, man.
Yeah.
Like, let us know if it's really 3D. They need to really have standard movies and IMAX.
Yeah.
Cut the 3D bullshit if it's not 3D, all right?
We haven't done a 4D yet.
Man, imagine seeing. Ugh.
We should go see Spider-Man again in 4D.
We should actually. We should.
Good idea.
Yeah, actually.
We
Might have to do that.
There we go.
Might have to do that.
There
yeah.
we go.
Spider-Man in 4D, you know, to replace our 3D experience. Like the movie was great and all, but yeah, we definitely gonna see it in the 4DX theater. Great idea, Miss M. Great idea.
I have them every once in a while.
But honestly, looking forward to the MCU. I really want to know what shows we get next year, because like I feel like Marvel is, unfortunately, they spoiled us with shows. So like,
oh yeah,
we need a show every other month. We do.
Some type of Marvel content every other month.
We do. Like, it used to be a cool thing where you could see like 3 Marvel movies a year and you're satisfied.
Nah.
But now that these shows come out, nah.
We've all been stuck inside for way too long.
Yeah, and look like we finna be stuck in the house even further. So, Marvel, I want to know what new shows that's dropping next year officially. I know we got previews because, like, honestly, they've been giving us previews of a lot of different stuff.
Yeah.
But they haven't told us when it's coming out.
That's true. Like the schedule for it.
Like, honestly, I don't even know what's the next show to come out after Hawkeye. Like, they haven't told us.
Yeah, not like the release order.
Like, what's coming out after Hawkeye? Like, we know we got all these shows. I don't think so.
That's the only one I know we've seen a trailer for that I can think of.
I think the Marvel show is gonna come out probably next, honestly. Because I was hearing rumors that was supposed to drop this year, so I definitely think,
it was supposed to be the end of 2022.
Yeah, so I definitely think that's about to come out. I mean, as long as it's good, honestly, because I'm really not too familiar with the Marvels or Miss Marvel, whatever. Like, we gotta start reusing the same name too. Like, give people different names. There's a million bajillion names that we can use. Like,
everybody's Peter Parker.
Come on, man.
Marvel.
Like, goddamn, Captain Marvel, Mr. Marvel, Miss Marvel. Like, damn.
Baby Marvel.
Marvels. Like, we gotta.
She Marvel.
Yeah, but yeah, we also got the Guardians Christmas thing. I mean, that's gonna be interesting, I guess. Like,
this year or next year?
Next year.
Next year.
So,
I guess they're gonna do a Christmas show all the time. This year it's Hawkeye, and next year it's Guardians.
we actually got the Batman dropping in March too.
Well, it's been some March, huh? It got pushed back. Morbius is in January. That's gonna be interesting.
I think it's gonna be good.
I don't know. I'm still a Christian Bale fan. Like, he's still the best Batman to me. Ben Affleck wasn't bad, but not compared to Christian Bale.
Miss M has been having fun playing Batman. What is it? I think Arkham. What is it called?
I don't know. I don't even know what it's called.
Oh, Batman: The Telltale series. I'm sorry, not the Arkham game. But what are your thoughts about the game? Like,
I
so far?
love it. It just makes you think, and like the storyline is so good to it, and it's like you have to make moral choices, and I'm trying to put myself in Batman's shoes. Like, if I was living the story that he was living, how I would feel and like react. Trying to. Some of the times I'm just like you saw me. I was just talking to Carmine Falcone. I'm like, nah,
you're like, fuck this dude, man.
Yeah. A little moment of rage.
It's a fun game. I almost thought about streaming playing it. I think that'll be like pretty cool.
Oh my god, how horrible it would be. I'm trying to figure out, because I don't play like that.
Yo, this has been the most, I'm sorry, Hawkeye, but watching Miss M play the Batman Telltale series has been like amazing. Yes, it has. Because like we was talking about this last night when you were playing, like the story itself is so good.
It is.
That you forget that you're playing the game.
I was like, why is that X there? Oh, I gotta get that.
Like, you're into the story so much, then it asks you a question and you're like,
I really was.
Oh, it's me? I get, you know. So, you know, next season we might have Miss M play some Batman Telltale on the stream, you know, because it's a fun, it's like, it's really good.
It really
It's really good, you know.
We should do it around March, like when Batman's about to come out.
Yeah,
I'd be
yeah,
down.
yeah. That is pretty
John
fun.
thinks he played that before. What do you think about it, John?
It is, man, like, for me personally, I love decision-based games.
Yes, I've never played anything
And
like that.
I'm starting to realize, like, no matter what decision you make in these games, like, they always try to make you look like shit.
Yeah.
You know, like, no matter what.
I'm like, that sounded better before I selected it, and now it sounds like an asshole. I'm like, I don't mean that.
Yeah.
So.
Such a good story, and, you know, definitely, we're gonna be continuing to do the reactions going into the next year. We just want to take this special moment to just thank all you guys for rocking with us all the way since the boys. I think I did a boys raw reaction by myself, and this year we really, you know, dialed down on it with the WandaVision stream. And next week is our last stream of the year with Hawkeye. So you know, before we get to that, you know, the wonderful episode 6, we're still debating if. Do you think we should stay up for it? What do you think?
I almost kind of want to, just because, you know.
What do you think, John? Should we stay up for the last episode 6 of Hawkeye? We might do it.
John, do you even watch them when they drop, or do you watch them the next day?
Yeah, we might do it. We might. We don't know. But it is the last series of the year. And honestly, I'm kind of also debating on the DC shows. Because there's gonna be a Batman series too.
I'm down to watch those.
There's gonna be a Batman series. There's gonna be a Peacemaker series.
Oh, God.
Yeah, with John Cena.
Oh. How do you watch them? HBO?
Yeah. Yeah, so we have to re-get it again. Or get that Fire Stick that we've been waiting for. Yeah, shout out to Bree. Send that Fire Stick, please. But yeah, so just going into the next year, man, you guys expect more reactions to movies and stuff like that, videos. But I just wanted to take this moment out to say thank you guys, and we're truly grateful for y'all rocking with us for this whole year. It's been wonderful and amazing.
That's for sure. It really has. And John said he watches it the next day. He used to watch them when they dropped.
See, Hawkeye shifted everybody's perspective, man. Yeah. Everybody used to stay up and watch the Lokis.
They really did.
Everybody used to stay up and watch we even stayed up and watched the What Ifs, didn't we?
We did. Yeah, we did actually.
We even stayed up and watched the What Ifs, but Hawkeye has managed to make people go to bed.
First 2 episodes to set the tone.
When I seen those first 2 episodes and they put me to bed, I was like, oh, I'm not staying up for this.
Right.
Oh.
Emma Cullen joined us on the stream, said hello.
What up, Emma? What did you think about the movie? Is it your best Spider-Man that you've seen so far? Let us know in the cat. I said cat. I seen Sam. Let us know in the chat below. But yeah, man. You guys let us know what you guys would prefer us to see in the Discord, and we'll go from there. I feel like we reacted to all the biggest. We did a Venom reaction, or just did we do a trailer reaction?
We did the trailer. I don't think we did the Venom 2 reaction.
Oh, okay. We had to do Spider-Man. Spider-Man was one of the biggest movies of the year.
Yeah.
Sorry. But yeah, man, we got a lot of Marvel content, and just reaction content coming soon down the pipeline. You guys get to react with us live as Miss M plays Batman. It's fucking funny. It's fun. Like, it's a really good game. Like, it's really fun.
I'm super into it.
It's really fun. And we're just definitely looking to expand and just do new things within the next year. So we really appreciate you guys rocking with us.
Emma said she's never seen it yet. She hasn't seen it yet, but sorry, but she's a new subscriber. So
hey,
for that.
Whenever you see it, come back and watch the stream. Don't go back and watch any of the stream without watching the movie. All right. Yeah. I think we're done spoiling the movie for now. You know, we're at that point in the stream where we're talking about future and how grateful and thankful we are for all the viewers. So whenever you get the chance to watch the movie, come back and watch the stream.
She said yes.
Awesome. But what are your last remaining thoughts on just the whole Spider-Man series? You seen all the Spider-Mans? Like, is there something that is there something that you want to see more in the future? I'm
really curious to see how they're gonna kind of go back and have Tom be like a regular Spider-Man, kind of like the more traditional Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I really liked him in the MCU. I think he's been great, but it's gonna be cool to see him like more down to earth. I really hope Sony doesn't blow it. I think Marvel's done a great job at building up Tom Holland as a Spider-Man. Mm-hmm. So, you know, hopefully Sony has learned from their Andrew Garfield mistake and their Spider-Man 3 with Tobey mistakes, and they'll just do better. But I'm really looking forward to it. I think we're gonna go see him. I'm sure, just to see, But I think if this is the last Spider-Man MCU movie, he went out really good. Yeah. I think he was great. So, what do you think?
I'm curious because if I think about it, Tom Holland is going to be the longest tenured Spider-Man that we've ever seen.
Right?
Because he's already signed for 3 more movies, so like...
Damn, that's like 6 Spider-Mans.
Yeah, and we've already seen him, like he has his 3 Spider-Man movies, right?
Yeah.
But we've seen him in Spider-Man in Civil War.
Endgame.
We've seen him in Spider-Man in Endgame, so we've seen him like a lot of times already. So he's really like...
He's the
solidified. Yeah, he's really solidifying his spot as like the Spider-Man, like with these movies coming up in the future. Like I said, it was great to see all 3 of them together. And honestly, for me, like, I think the Spider-Man hype for me has gone down. I'm really curious about the Spider-Verse universe. Like, I think that's gonna be like good. Like, they just really did a great job, and I'm really happy to see like we getting some Miles like appreciation.
Right.
Because like, even in the video game, there's you can play as Miles. Like, there's a game that's centered around Miles, but like you look at the movies, nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
So I'm really glad that Enter the Spider-Verse like really centered around Miles and like made him like a movie presence, like a like, hey, he's here too kind of thing, and not just like
he deserves.
So it's like moving forward, I'm kind of hoping like with the next trilogy they kind of introduce Miles. Honestly,
they should. Get him like in the spotlight.
Like
now he can exist, right? They can all exist.
Like now, I'm glad we got Tom Holland for 3 more movies, but within those 3 movies, give us some Miles. And honestly, I want to see some new Miles stories because I have no idea who Miles villains are. Like I'm interested in learning just about Miles, like journey being Spider-Man. Honestly, like 'cause I think I've seen enough Peter Parker, just for me.
I think it's gonna be interesting, and he's just a good character. He's a minority character. That's what I think is the coolest thing about him. He's mixed. He's he looks like a lot of people. So I think I'm gonna like that aspect of it. John said Tom Holland has the other Spider-Man's blessing to continue the legacy. And Emma said she remembers she watched some Spider-Man movies since she was a little child. A lot of us did. We all grew up on, we grew up on the Tobys. A lot of kids grew up on the Andrews.
Oh, bless her soul.
Right, I'm sorry about that. Like hearing Gabby say, "Oh yeah, I've only seen the Andrew ones and I loved them." I'm like, whoa, you
says a lot.
I'm like, you haven't even watched this good.
You don't know what a good Spider-Man movie is.
Yeah.
Nah, we're just kidding. We love the Homecoming trilogy.
It was good.
But I definitely gotta say, and we said it earlier, the Spider-Man 1 and 2.
Toby's just nostalgic for us,
Especially for his time, they did amazing.
Without all the special effects and cool shit that Marvel is used to giving us, they just did amazing.
Yeah.
They just did it with storytelling and acting and good script writing.
Yeah. So. Yeah, just moving forward, I want to see more Miles representation. I just want to see something new for a Spider-Man character. Like, I'm happy Tom is gonna continue to be Spider-Man, but I just think it's kind of overdue for us to get like a Miles introduction. Like just show us, show Tom swinging and like we see like little Miles. Look, just show us something that Miles exists.
Bishop vibes. Looks up and sees Peter Parker, and
I just think it's overdue. I think it's overdue. Like, let's get Miles in the picture, man. We've already had 3 different Peter Parkers. Let's get 1 Miles.
That'd be nice.
So that's just where I'm at with the Spider-Mans. But you guys, drop any of your remaining thoughts about Spider-Man No Way Home and just the ending of the whole Spider-Man. Well, you could say it's the end of the Spider-Man franchise because they kind of closed everything for the Spider-Man.
That version of it, yeah.
Kind of. Doctor Strange, this man in a whole nother, it ain't over for his ass. Like, Wong finna get on his ass when he get back.
He's not gonna remember doing it either because he technically doesn't remember Peter either.
Yeah.
That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, Sorcerer Supreme Wong is finna be like, what the hell?
Well, would Wong forget Spider-Man too?
Yeah, that's probably why he gonna be like, what did you do? Like,
oh man, that's gonna be.
Yeah.
Sounds like madness.
Yeah, in the multiverse.
Yeah. John said they should do it like they did in the game for Miles.
Yeah, Miles had his whole video game, man, and I have it. You know what's crazy? I have yet to touch your catch. I have yet to touch that Spider-Man game.
I know.
And I thought about playing it leading up to the movie, but they're actually releasing the second version of the game,
So
like the
yours
chapter
is now
2.
Vintage?
Not yet, because the game hasn't came out. But, before that game comes out, I'm gonna definitely be playing the Spider-Man. You know, I'm gonna be, up to par by then. So,
Oh yeah.
You know, yeah. But yeah, man, you guys let us know. What are your thoughts about Spider-Man moving forward? What would you like to see in the Spidey universe? And just any of your comments and thoughts about the movie that we didn't go over during the stream. Like I said, it was a 9 out of 10 for me. I really wish they could have used my boy Jameson way better. And it was just kind of a lot of plot holes that we talked about during the stream. But overall, it was a 9 out of 10. Just seeing all the Spider-Man together, like, they were very good. They were very great. I'm sorry, they're not good. They're great.
Yeah.
Like the scene, I enjoyed every scene that they had together. Like, and I'm so grateful that we got so many scenes with them together.
Yeah, I'm glad it wasn't just a cameo.
Yes.
Like, if you're gonna spoil it, at least it was spoiled and we were happy with it.
Yes, and the villain just interaction was top tier. Like, man, just the conversations, like, that was just it was golden. So
100%.
9 out of 10 for me. Great movie. Spider-Man Endgame for sure.
John said Multiverse of Madness is going to be so crazy. I bet the whole movie is going to have your head spinning. And he said he's seen another girl in the trailer. She had a star on her back. I thought, what was that supposed to be?
So we seen something about that. So I guess she's another sorcerer or something, right? And I'm going to say this about Doctor Strange, right? Look, we better get a shock in this movie. Like, this movie is titled Multiverse of Madness. I want to see some crazy shit, like, oh shit, like Wolverine, I want to see like something crazy from the multiverse, like
Mephisto.
This dude, I need to see Mephisto show up. Like, I need to see something like, oh shit, this guy's in the wrong universe, like, I need to see like a Deadpool or something, I need to see like, I need to be caught off guard, like, because I feel like this movie, like, yeah, we knew Wanda was gonna be in it, right? But, like, actually, your boy that directed Spider-Man 1 and 2, he's directing Multiverse of Madness. Sam Raimi.
Oh.
Yeah, same director, yeah.
Good.
So
Thank God.
Yeah, so he's going to be, he's going to be over this whole thing. So, for me personally, I want to see something, like, off the wall, like, just, like, what the hell? And, like, it don't even have to be a big part of the movie, but just the Multiverse of Madness and all the stuff is going on, like, I want to see somebody like from a different universe like just pop up and like disappear or some shit, like show me something crazy in this movie, because this is a Doctor Strange movie. Like, I understand in the Spider-Man we couldn't see too much because it was a Spider-Man movie,
right?
But in a Doctor Strange movie, I want to see the craziest shit possible,
right?
You know what I'm saying? So
you got magic and all of that going on there too. So
Wanda crazy
multiverse,
ass.
Yeah. You think it'll be a 3-hour movie?
No. There's something with 3-hour movies. Like, I don't know if the Avengers Endgame was 3 hours. Maybe it was like 2 hours and 20 minutes or something. But I don't know. Maybe I would say it's probably a 2 hour. 2 hour.
Maybe like Spider-Man.
Marvel's kind of like, they deliver. They deliver when they make their movies. Like, they haven't given us like an hour and 12-minute movie. Like, they haven't been disrespectful like that. Like, they've actually, like, when they give us movies, it's like packed.
Yeah.
So
that's what we deserve.
But we appreciate them for that.
Emma asked, what's your favorite part in the movie?
I'm trying not to spoil it for you, Emma, but just seeing, you already know this already. You see the thumbnail. You see what's going on. Mm-hmm. Just seeing them all together. Like, honestly, when you watch the movie, like, when you see all three of them together, you're going to be like, man, like, you're going to feel like, man, this is great, So just seeing all them together, for me, it was like probably the best part of the movie. Just seeing them all three interact. And that might have played a part because we were just literally watching the movie, so them separate. And then to see them all three, like, that was kind of cool too.
That was. I'm so glad we did that.
So just seeing all three of them together playing different Spider-Man was like really, really cool, So that was probably my favorite part. What was your favorite part?
I love seeing all the villains. I think all of them coming together was just really cool, and just seeing Jamie Foxx get a second chance at being his best character. I love the way that they interacted. I love that part of it. That was really cool. I love seeing them. Even I think it was more not downplayed, but I think it was just like a smaller scene within the whole movie. But when they were all captured and they were under in like Strange's lair or whatever you call that.
Yeah.
And they were all in there, and Ned's like, "Is this like a magical tree?" And he's like, "Dude, it's just a tree."
Yeah.
You know, like just their personalities. They're just funny. Even Lizard was a little funnier in this one.
Yeah.
What they did with the villains was just so good.
They were funny, man.
Mm-hmm.
They were really funny.
They were hilarious. John said, I don't know why, but I keep thinking he also sees Kate with Doctor Strange, maybe like a Multiverse of Madness. He said, I'm probably tripping. He said, but I want to see something just as good as the timeline splitting off in Loki or something related to it.
Yes.
And Wanda has been expanding her powers. I can't wait.
Like, put Loki in this movie. Fuck it.
Why not?
Like, just put Loki in this movie. Like, I just want to be thrown off, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't want to go into a movie and knowing what's gonna happen. You know?
Can you imagine if Loki shows up and he's like trying to warn them about Kang and what the hell he did? Because now that they're looking into the multiverse.
See, that would be a perfect time for Marvel to bridge what's all the stuff that's been going on. Honestly, with this Multiverse of Madness movie, we need everybody that has to do with the multiverse. Sylvie ass, we need her ass to show up too, because she's a big part of, you know, everything. I doubt Kang will show up. I don't think we're going to see Kang again until Ant-Man.
Oh, yeah.
I kind of wish Ant-Man was coming out next year. Like, why is it 2023 for Ant-Man?
I do too.
Like,
There's probably a lot
why?
of stuff that they still have to set up, I guess, maybe with the multiverse to be
Yeah.
able to explain it, but...
I just feel like they're stretching Kang out, like, because, like, for Loki, for him to come out in 2021 in Loki, and then we won't see him till 2023, allegedly.
He'll be in the multiverse.
He gotta be, because, like, why do you introduce him in Loki this early if we're not gonna see him for 2 more years, you know?
Yeah.
That's just kind of weird.
How long was the time between seeing Thanos for the first time and then seeing him, like, as a big bad? Or did he kind of sprinkle? I don't remember. I have to go back and watch
So
these.
we seen Thanos for the first time at the end of Avengers, like post credit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So from there, from all the movies after Avengers, that's when we start seeing little sprinkles of Thanos
Within each of the movies?
Yeah.
Oh.
So like in any of the movies, Thanos was never a main part, but he was just always sprinkled in a little bit, like.
I guess at that point they only had one main storyline going.
Yeah.
Now they've got Eternal
So many.
storylines, they've got space, they've got Earth.
Falcon and Winter Soldier, Sharon,
Yeah.
Suspect Sharon.
They've got shows. Yeah, everybody's got like their own mini like timelines going on within like the MCU universe.
Yeah.
And even beyond it.
Yeah,
So-
we got whatever's gonna happen in Hawkeye.
Whatever that is.
Like Hawkeye better go. Look, this is Hawkeye's chance, man.
Totally redeem himself.
This is Hawkeye's time to. I mean, cause I'm not gonna lie, the ending for Spider-Man to me it wasn't like, oh my god, like, like so.
Stand?
Yeah, kind of.
I don't know.
Honestly, cause nobody came through the portal.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like it's like yeah, everybody forgot about Spider-Man. Okay, you know. Now
Can you
what?
imagine if the Watcher came through that portal? Even just peeked over and
Like I'm
said
watching.
something? Quit it.
Yeah,
Knock it off.
cause he did show up in Doctor Strange episodes. He was
Yeah.
like, "I told you," like, or like you knew better, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So it would've been cool to see him like I want to see a real like scene of that, like him talk to Strange like you knew better, like don't do this. So I want to see something like that.
That would be cool. Emma said she watched Endgame with mom and dad and also her cousin. Was that the last MCU movie you've seen, Emma?
Man, you gotta catch up, Emma.
Yeah.
I mean, even though all these shows and movies take place after Endgame, you shouldn't be too lost, but you will by the time you watch everything.
John said, what if she makes a bargain with Strange for her kids to become real? Maybe Strange is like, well, if you can bring back my Christine, that could be, I don't know. I don't know if Wanda can do that.
I think we're gonna see some of Strange's trauma dealing with the whole Christine thing.
You don't think there's going to be like a what if reenactment?
I think he's gonna see a universe where they got married or something, and then he's gonna try to recreate that or something. I don't know.
Probably. And Wanda, you think him and Wanda would team up? Who the hell's going to stop him? Those two.
Wong.
By himself?
Sorcerer Supreme.
Shit.
Wong and Agatha, the new team we didn't know we needed.
They didn't even have the eye of, what is it, Agamemnon?
Agamotto, yeah.
Agamotto, there you go.
Yeah. I thought he had it the whole time in the movie, low key, because he had the little.
He just had the necklace with no green rock in it anymore.
Like he just.
It's just for decoration.
Yeah.
He's just so used to
Decoration purposes.
John said, Hawkeye can't live up to it. The ending scene or credit scene needs to be mind blowing.
I'm telling you, man, Hawkeye's nah, look, I'm gonna keep it real. I don't think Hawkeye is gonna die.
Yeah, he can't.
But Hawkeye, this is your chance to close the year out on the bang for this episode 6. Like the episode 5 was really good.
Yeah.
It was really good. But it's your time. This is your moment. Like, please don't fall on your face like WandaVision did. Like, and we know why WandaVision didn't have that landing. But Hawkeye, no excuse. No excuse. You had trash 1 and 2. 3 was great. 4 was meh for me. 5 was like, okay. So do not fuck this up, Hawkeye. Like, episode 6 needs to be a banger. I honestly don't know what to predict. To be honest, but it's gonna be good, you know. Yeah, we're definitely gonna get the Kingpin, like actually see him. I think in this episode. I'm still mad that they're wasting your girl's character.
Vera?
Yeah.
You don't think she'll continue beyond this?
I think she's done. I think she's out of here.
Unless they kill her,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think somebody's taking her out. I think Kate's gonna take her out or something.
Really?
Yep.
Make a decision between like Vera and Clint.
Clint, yeah.
It's the only time I could see it happening.
Because we're definitely gonna find out that Vera killed the dad, and so it's like I think Kate's gonna take out the mom. I think she is. Because she don't want to be tied to that. But Clint's gonna have to pay something though. He's not just gonna go home with all these people knowing this stuff. You know, that's what I'm saying. Something's gonna happen.
Homegirl has his watch. And all that stuff. Yeah.
We haven't even answered the question for the watch stuff.
Kingpin's gonna be pissed that he put Maya on him.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Hawkeye can't just go home.
No way home for him either, huh?
Yeah, Hawkeye, No Way Home. That's what that.
Next movie.
Yeah.
Your Hawkeye gets his own movie now.
No Way Home, Hawkeye. I don't know if I can sit through a Hawkeye movie, man. We probably can sit through the show.
Maybe if Elena is in it, and I don't even know if Kate too, because that'd be interesting. Emma said she's gonna go. She's been watching The Shining on her phone. Thanks for stopping by.
Appreciate you.
John said, I don't think Christine's dead. She probably still works at the hospital. I don't remember the first Doctor Strange. I've seen it once. I need to rewatch.
Yeah, I don't think she's dead. I think she's still alive. I believe she's still alive.
Why did he not end up with her? He was like, I'm becoming a sorcerer, so my bad. I can't.
No, I think by the end of the first Doctor Strange, he saved the universe and stuff like that. And it was just like, okay.
She was like, I'm not with that.
I mean, they just never really addressed her after, because Doctor Strange has only had one movie,
right?
So like she could never really show up in anything else, you know, because she's not really like a big part.
Homegirl's been slept on.
Yeah, for real. Like she been MIA for a minute, so. But
see, that's Rachel McAdams. She's a pretty decent actress, and they just haven't really used her since
like,
then.
Yeah, you can wait.
Vera, I mean, they could do the same thing. You know, I don't know that they would not use her. She's a big actress.
Yeah,
might be able to
it's just like Thor's sister. Like she was a big actress. And
Helena.
And they just. You know.
That's true. She was the big bad in one.
Yeah,
that's true.
So that's why I think Vera's definitely gonna. She's gonna. I think Kate's gonna take her out. Honestly, I think Kate's gonna find out she killed her dad, and like you said, I think it's gonna be a decision. And
they're gonna have to do that early in the episode though, because I mean, it's just at the end. Like, yeah, I killed your dad. Oh my god, kill her. You know what I mean? It's just, I hope they don't rush it. Is what I'm
they do got a lot of stuff to wrap up. The whole Jack thing, suspect as hell. The whole watch thing.
Emma. What's her name? Echo, Kingpin, like that whole situation. Kazi.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff that they got to address. Elena, what is she doing now?
Yeah, does she kill Clint? Does she just forgive him? Is Roger's musical still going on?
If we know one thing, that's still going on. That's still getting advertised, and like they still want people to get them tickets.
Yeah.
So if we know one thing, we know that. I honestly wish like before the end of the year we could have got an answer to the whole Captain America thing, like Steve Rogers thing. Like where the hell is he at? Like
Old and dancing with what's her name, Peggy. In that universe.
Yeah, I just wish we could have got like some kind of answer. Cause last time we seen him, he was old as hell at the end of Endgame. Like, where's his old ass at?
Space.
With Nick Fury?
Mm-hmm.
It was interesting in the Spider-Man too when he was like, you can ask Nick Fury, like it wasn't me. And they said Nick Fury hasn't been here in a year.
Yeah.
And he was like,
it was a scroll.
yeah, and then he was like, what? Like he was shocked, you know?
Yeah.
So I wonder if that's gonna like play in the future.
To the
like,
scroll.
Yeah, like, cause technically, he's the only one that knows about scrolls now. Or, well, he don't even know that he's a scroll, but
he has no idea why Fury feels like that. But so people's memories were completely wiped. No, they couldn't have been. They just don't have memories that involve Peter Parker, right?
Yeah.
So does that Scroll's memories wiped? The scroll that was playing Samuel Jackson? You know, does it apply to aliens?
They didn't put it in the guidelines.
The alien guidelines.
Like what? Like who forgot stuff? Who? Like they didn't specify that. So
yeah, that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
We probably won't address that again until like Secret Invasion.
Yeah, I honestly thought they was gonna do something with the scrolls a long time ago. Cause I think that's just an interesting concept to me that anybody could be a scroll.
I'm surprised they haven't done it more. They did it in WandaVision. They did it obviously in Homecoming, whichever one it was. Then not really anything since, and nobody's really explained it.
Cause honestly, for me, like a scroll story is kind of more interesting than a multiverse story.
Really?
Like you don't know who's who. Cause the scrolls can technically turn into anybody, even like Avengers and stuff, you know. So like I think interesting. I mean, we probably see it in Secret Invasion, but I think it would have been interesting. I think it would have threw us all off if like one of the characters we known this whole time was a scroll.
Like one of the mains?
I mean, somebody, you know. But like they haven't used that yet. I mean, they used it with Nick Fury, obviously, but I just thought they would have been a bigger part of the MCU by now. Maybe they just trying to lay low, but
it's a lot going on.
Yeah.
Maybe once Loki like brings down Kang and stuff, but I mean, they probably won't even do it till Miss Marvel's either, because like in WandaVision, it was dealing with Monica Rambeau.
Yeah.
You know? So probably not till the Marvel's stuff comes out. John said he still thinks Echo's gonna catch feelings for that dude. I think he means Kazi.
Kazi? Really? She seemed like she don't really. She seemed like she only talks to him because he's the only one who understands. She don't really seem like she really likes him.
She ain't gonna like him after if she finds out he
the informant
involved. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we know Echo's getting her own show, so I guess that's gonna continue. I wouldn't mind watching the Echo show.
I would watch it. Yeah.
I'll watch it. So even if her stuff doesn't get answered, we know that she's got her own show coming out. But I just hope Disney is doing like really like we're asking for all these shows and whatnot, but I'm really hoping they're doing damage control with all these shows. Like I just don't want. I mean, like I'm cool with us getting shows, but like for me, I personally don't want us to get a show and then a character from the show gets a show. You know, I don't want that to like continue like
Agatha.
Yeah, I mean, like the Agatha is cool, but it's like we got other shows that need to come out. You know, like She-Hulk. Yeah. You know, we need to hear about what's going on with Hulk. You know, like I would like a Guardian spinoff with one of the characters. You know.
Like a Rocket.
Yeah, and I understand like people like fan favorite characters like Agatha and like Echo and stuff like that, but it's like I just want to make sure we're not getting too many shows like from a show. Yeah, like going forward. Yeah, you know, then we gonna be reacting every day because it's a new show with, you know, new characters. Like,
I mean, if you want a show every month, that's one way to do it.
Yeah, I think it's definitely gonna be like moving forward. We probably get like 2 shows in a month.
But they need to start tying them over, like you said. Otherwise, it's just like you're making shows to make shows. They need to make sense within the actual like MCU universe with the movies, or somehow tie in, like you were saying.
Yeah, because I don't know if the Agatha show was originally in the plans, or was it just like, yo, people love Catherine Hahn, let's just get her a show.
Yeah, I think so.
And then Kevin Feige's like, but I don't care, we need Agatha a show. You know, but we got the whole MCU 3 to 4 years. Nah, Agatha a show now.
Right in there.
Just
perfect spot.
Slide her in. They love Agatha.
Yeah, because I mean, I assume hers is just going to be like backstory. Because, I mean, she was never involved in the MCU until Wanda.
Yeah.
Unless they make her involved somehow.
Like I just hope, honestly, I want all the shows to build towards the next Avengers, and like all the side stuff is cool, but it's like I want all the shows. I want to see the characters from the shows eventually show up in the movies. You know.
Yeah.
That's I think that's what I'm getting at. Like, even if it's for a little bit, I just want the characters in the shows to like be in the movie. You know. And I just don't want certain characters to always be like just regular TV show characters. You know, all the time. And like I guarantee you Marvel's gonna like put somebody, because it's like, for me, I don't see why would Echo be in the movie.
If there's a bigger Kingpin arch.
Like in a movie?
Yeah, no. I mean, with everything else that's going on that's so big already, like the multiverse and all of that.
Eternals.
Nobody really cares about
ground level
Earth
stuff,
problems anymore like that, you know?
Yeah.
I almost think you have to keep the Earth stuff in shows just to keep it like relevant, but everything else, like your movies, have to be big and, you know, space and badass stuff like that. That's what everybody's used to.
Yeah. Especially with like Thors and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like you watch a Thor.
Guardians.
Like all this space stuff. Do you really want to like watch a movie? That's why I think Captain America 4, that shit gotta be like, because that's definitely gonna be a movie, you know. So for something like that, to make that a movie, it gotta be like really like it's competing. It's competing with the Shang-Chi's, you know, Eternals.
Shang-Chi was at least a
Guardians of the Galaxy, too. Thor. It's competing with those, you know. Like it was easy for Steve Rogers to compete in the early days, you know, because his movies were good.
Yeah, they were.
You know, but we had ground characters like Iron Man, Hulk.
Everybody was here.
Yeah.
Thanos was one up in space, but
yeah,
you know.
So.
No, I agree.
Moving forward, I just hope with every show we don't get like a spin-off show, because I eventually want to see these people, some of the main people from the shows, into movies in the future.
I'd want a Kang spin-off show.
Yeah, I would
that
definitely.
Would be so
I would
cool.
subscribe to that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd watch that.
I'd subscribe.
Yeah, I'd watch that.
Yeah.
Like an origin story for him.
I think we even getting like a Black Panther show.
With who?
That's
You
what
have
I'm
to make
saying.
sure people like that Black Panther first, because those
Yeah.
are some big shoes to fill. That's a big vibranium suit to fill.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I don't know. Well, we just gotta trust Marvel, and you know, they got content for us coming up. But going into the next year, I definitely want Marvel to kind of do better at connecting all the stories. And like I get it, like the MCU is like completely big, and it's like different directors doing different things with their projects, but same way they sprinkle in other little stuff, you know, they need to sprinkle in some continuity with these shows. You know, so that's my biggest thing that I want to see going into next year.
Yeah. John said it has to be Shuri, but Shuri just got fired.
And we don't know if that's a rumor or not, but apparently Homegirl don't want to get the vaccine, and it's just making things difficult.
Yeah, and then you can't have her continue on as Black Panther. I mean, I guess you could have her character continue on, but that's just, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see how they handle that.
Yeah, I want to see what story they came up with. Did they send T'Challa to the multiverse and he never came back, or like
T'Challa was a scroll.
yeah, the whole time?
Yeah.
I'm really curious to see what they do with that. But
Let's see. Looking forward to it though.
that is gonna be a wrap, you guys, for this Spidey stream. You know what I'm saying? Like I did that. We appreciate y'all rocking with us. we appreciate we appreciate John. We appreciate Emma. We appreciate J Pimp. We appreciate everybody that pulled up and watched and tuned into the stream with us. We will be back
Wednesday. John watches it the next day.
Wednesday. Are we gonna stay up, or are we gonna?
We could stay up. I don't know if you want to stream it that night, but we could stay up.
Yeah, I mean, we probably stay up and watch it, and it might be a game time decision. How about that? We'll stay up and watch it, and then we'll determine, because if it is something that we watch and we like, then we definitely gotta you know, talk about it then, you know. But if it's something that we watch and it's like, I can wait till tomorrow, then it's gonna be that. So
I think that's fair.
You guys just keep out on alert for that. We will watch Hawkeye when it premieres. And it'll be a game time decision whether the episode is good or not, whether we stream. But other than that, we'll be back with another Raw Real review Wednesday.
Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah, Tuesday,
Either way,
Wednesday. Yeah,
early Wednesday or mid afternoon.
depending on Hawkeye. You know,
Yep.
so pull through.
Oh, John said he'll stay up.
You'll stay up. All right, we gonna see. I mean, we gonna stay up and watch it, and we gonna talk in the Discord, all this stuff. Yeah, we go figure out is this worth talking about at midnight? You know, we're gonna figure that out.
Yeah.
But shout out to John, shout out to Emma, new subscriber, shout out to J Pimp and Shifty pulled up.
Shifty too.
Shout out to the squad, man, pulling up on us and reacting on this wonderful Saturday night. Sorry for everybody that hasn't seen the movie, but go and see the movie if you haven't seen it yet. And we're gonna be back with you guys next week. Any closing words before you depart, Miss Sim?
That's crazy that it's coming to an end.
It is.
This year flew by.
It really did.
I remember when we were just starting to react to WandaVision.
Yeah.
And now it's like we're done.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's been a ride. It's been fun.
Woo, to another year of reacting to these wonderful, marvelous projects.
To another year. Maybe we'll bring some champagne or something on the stream.
Yeah.
For New Year's celebration.
Come on, Hawkeye. Give us some reason to celebrate.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
Please. But we'll catch y'all later. This has been another raw, real review of Spider-Man No Way Home. Great movie. 9 out of 10 in my book. What did you give it?
9.5 out of 10.
She gave 9, so 9.5?
Yeah, I give it 9.5.
9.5 out of 10. Great movie. Go see it in theaters now. Support the Marvel wave. But don't forget about Hawkeye, all right? Because we
Everybody
don't.
else is.
Everybody else does, but we don't.
Yeah.
But you guys take it easy. You guys have a wonderful day or night, depending on where you're watching this from. We'll catch y'all on the next stream. Peace.